just take a seat, Hibble. No, never. You will never find me sitting into control. Oh! What? I just jumped on the fucking train. Well, that's not gone well. I love that walk stance. That is a very rootin' tootin' I'm going shitting. Oh, fantastic. Alright, let's take stock of this race, huh? We're playing Formula 1, let's take stock of this race. So, Verstappen is currently in the lead, and Charles Leclerc is absolutely sniffing his pain. Oh my goodness, he's right behind him. Fuck me. Perez is leading again. Hello everybody, welcome on in. Here's another game where the menu music's so loud I didn't hear my my freaking game. Or not my game so much, because this is a game. But I didn't hear my audio cues telling me that stream has started. So yeah, wow. As I said on my little kind of introduction post for this stream, I didn't realize until I was kind of thinking about it the other day, but we haven't actually done a train simulator stream at all in 2025, which is quite unusual. You know, it's a fairly common mainstay on the channel, and I was like, huh. So yeah. Decided to correct that today. I didn't realize that we had the Birmingham Cross City route. My plan for today was to focus on the fairly recently released Cardiff City Network route, but actually I don't remember getting any of these, to be fair. So we might need to do some checking out of some routes. But for today we are jumping into Cardiff City. So we're not going to do the training because training's for nerds. Is there any good translator? Take a tour around Cardiff, finding signage. Seems like an interesting one. While learning about the Welsh language, this sounds like an interesting one for starting off with the Cardiff route. So I don't recall that I've ever been to Cardiff. I have been to Wales, but I don't think I've ever been to Cardiff before. So I'm not really going to be too familiar with the area or any of the landmarks. So but yeah, should be interesting nevertheless. Hello and welcome to Cardiff. The signage all over the city's commuter route is changing and the new sign needs translated into Welsh. Transport for Wales has asked you to help out, so board the running train and take a tour of Cardiff, finding signage and making necessary changes. Look around the station and head to the marked. The first sign will be fairly simple. This sign denotes the current station. Okay, it's telling us where to go. These prompts are appearing and disappearing too quickly for us to be able to read them. So, like how Scotland is making a very big push for the increased use of Gaelic on our signs, Wales has had a massive movement going back quite a long time now. For the use of Welsh as an official language across Wales, so much so that most services have to have a mandatory option for Welsh or Cymraeg, as I think it's pronounced in Welsh proper. So yeah, this is effectively what we are doing here. Let's go and find one of these first signs. Oh, that's a very unhappy noise. So we have to interact with this one. Oh. Good work. Do you know that Welsh does not actually have a word that translates to no? There are several alternatives, but all of them depend on context. Okay. So I think we changed the sign to welcome to Cardiff. The passenger service to Corriton should be arriving soon. When it does, take a seat anywhere where you will continue the journey. So I think this is this train actually, so let's get on board. So this is a class 1, what is it, a 158? Oh no, this is a 153. Okay, so this is a class 150, 153 train. So you'll notice that the class 150, which is this one, is single-ended. Oh, actually, or not. These are all class. This is just a collection of class 153s. So the benefit of the class, hang on, we'll take a seat for the moment. The benefit of the class 150, 153, and 156 series was that they were modular, right? So the class 153 was a single carriage with double driving ends either side. The class 150 was single-ended, and I think the 156, the difference for the 156 was that it did include an optional zero driving end, so like exclusively just a carriage, and they could be daisy-chained together. So you know, if for example you had a class 150 that was connected to like there was a 2-car service that went out of commission because, let's say, it broke down with a mechanical fault, you could get 2 class 53s which you could operate independently, or just, you know, and then smoosh them together. So as a class 153, so this is the driving compartments between each carriage. You could basically close over these doors, disconnect them, and yeah, you know, drive it off in a complete other direction. So the class 53 is quite small, but it's very well contained for a train. You basically have you come in and you have your bathroom, your disabled seating area or pram storage area. You've got another kind of disabled seating area here, along with your luggage, your luggage racks and whatnot. So while this isn't a particularly big train, it is kind of, you know, the full package. Let's have a little looky of Cardiff as we drive around. So yeah, you can kind of see what I mean with the oh, there's an example of a class 150. Hang on. So the class 150 here, you can see how if we come here, it lacks the driving end in between them. But then you come to here. So it makes for a very modular train system. So this is 2 class 150s that have been smooshed together to make a 4-car train, whereas the train that we're driving is 3 class 153s smooshed together to make a 3-car train. So you can effectively use these this kind of versatility to make you know, a very modular train design, which is actually pretty cool. Cardiff Queen Street. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the Welsh. My Welsh is not great. So follow the markers to cross between the platforms. So the doors are open here. Very slow to open, Jesus Christ. You know, one thing we could do as well is we could look for collectibles. Oh, could have sworn that was going to be a collectible, but I don't know what the collectibles are on this route. Dovetail routes typically feature 4 different types of collectibles. Oh no, I know what one of them is because I stumbled on it by accident. It's a leak. Yeah, we'll have a wee go and see if there's any collectibles. I'm not sure if this train's actually going to wait for us or what. It would be really funny to fail the tutorial route by taking too long to board the train. Okay, so let's head down to... Jesus. Okay, let's head down to the lower floors. Anything here? No. Oh, there we go. Leek. That's a collectible. I don't know why we have to bundle the leeks, but, you know. Yep. So yeah, you will get to see the fact that, you know, when you're in Wales, you're going to see an overwhelming amount of Welsh. Is that? Oh no, I thought that was a collectible. It's just a one-sided advertisement somewhere. There should really be two-sided advertisements, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so we're heading up to this platform and we have another sign to change. So this sign provides important information on the current rail table. The translation is interact with it to do this. Okay. Boop. So I think it's this one that's going to change. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we've changed it and we've now got the railway map as well. And we have to go back to our train here now. Oh, we've got another leak. That's the cutest little lunch bag. Aww. Oh, they've all got them. Jesus. Alright, let's go see if there's any collectibles here before we go back and board our train. I think it is going to very patiently wait for us. Yeah, as I said, I'm probably going to make an absolute butchery of any of the Welsh words that appear because of all of the languages I have ever tried to learn, Welsh is not really particularly one of them. So yeah, any train coming? Nope. Let's get across the platform. This is something that needs added. There we go. Let's yeet across the platform again. How wild would it be to just like see this in an actual train station? Yeah. Welsh has some really quite interesting pronunciations to the way it does things. I know that Welsh is one of the languages that something funny happens when you have two L's together. I think it's like a Y sound, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. My Welsh is not so good. I know the Welsh word for Welsh is Cymraeg, but that's honestly about the extent of my knowledge in Welsh. So if I do try and read any of the signs and I butcher it, I apologize in advance. All right, let's head back to our train, which should be up over this side. These guys stuck at the ticketing platform. So we'll head upstairs, head to our train, and we will go over to the next station. Got no idea where it is, but we'll go there anyway. Badoop. Are we going? Yeah, Jesus Christ. That took a long while to realize to go. God, that's an interesting looking rail signal there. Of course, the invention of LED lighting that means that you no longer have to have like two different lights on top of each other because the lights can just like change color, means you get to do weird and wonderful things with compacted signals. Oh yeah, look at all that glorious diesel. .65 miles an hour is the speed limit, but I'm not entirely sure what speed one of these things will actually get up to. I reckon it'll be top speeding about 100, yeah, probably about 80 or 100 miles an hour, thinking about it. It's smoking. Curious to see actually. I wonder where the diesel engine's actually situated. Let me sit in a chair real quick. So think it must be under the baggage compartment, because it's the exhaust is. Look at that, Jesus Christ! You could convince somebody it's a steam train. So I think the diesel engine that powers this train is under here. So I think this is the exhaust flue that comes up here. I think that's what this is, because if I sit down, it is effectively like right next to the door. So yeah, that's where the exhaust is. So yeah, the class 160 is sorry, the 150 series is you know, the design ideas has merits for small kind of commuter areas. However, it is a fairly older train design compared to modern standards. So you can see with its very puffy diesel engines, it's a bit messy. I'm surprised how much smoke it's producing. Like, that's kind of crazy. Okay, we seem to be slowing down, but I don't actually know where it is that we are going. Oh, okay, we're going this way. So we've peeled off of the main line, and I assume this is the station that we are going to. So this is Heath. So I don't actually think we're stopping here. Well, we are on the brakes. Maybe we are going to stop here. Maybe. Yeah, we're definitely slowing down. Okay. Definitely slowing down. So, welcome to Heath Low Level. This sign displays a warning about the dangers of live overhead wires. The translation is complicated. Okay, let's first of all delete. Ooh, hello. What the fuck? Love spoon? Okay. Well, I found the second type of sorry, the third type of collectible. Don't know what the fourth is. It's usually like newspapers or CCTV cameras or something. So we have to replace this one. Let's see if there's any other fun collectibles. Oh, here we go. Welsh cakes. Of course. I've obviously found one of those before and not realized, because that was the second one that we have picked up. Jesus Christ, that is actually the smokiest diesel engine I think I've ever seen. Which is quite it's good, and it's interesting, because normally the one thing I've tend to have noticed with the like the Train Sim World series, and to a lesser extent the Train Simulator Classic series, although that could be forgiven because of like technological reasons, but Train Sim World in particular always tries to present some of the old diesel trains as appearing like quite clean. Whereas like if you ever see like a video of like a Deltic, or you know, like a class 50 or a class 43 or something starting, you know, it's a lot of like very grey, very black, like smoke. And the older diesel trains, and in particular some of the more powerful ones, do produce quite a lot of you know, smoke as they go about their daily activities. And it's weirdly uncommon to see that get represented in game. think this is us over at the next station already, because I just heard the brakes come on. And indeed we are. We've got a tiny little station over here. I was going to say it looks a little bit difficult to access actually, but there's a footpath here on the other side of the level crossing. Commuter train sim, the first game I ever saw you streaming. Really? I thought I could have sworn your first stream was one of the Formula 1 manager. So we have to go put you know, a not oh, doors here. Oh, the door's outside the station. Okay. Alright, let's pop on out. Ooh, a love spoon. I don't know what a love spoon is. It's not the kind of thing that I want to Google to try and find out, to be perfectly honest with you. So we have to translate this sign, which we'll do in a second. But first of all, we've got to get these hot, spicy collectibles, such as eating a cake that somebody just dumped on the floor. You know, a respectable pastime. Should be a route map here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Get out the way. And it's a leak. Yeet. Alright, we're holding up this commuter service so while we do our translations. So let's go make sure there's no collectibles here, which there isn't. Now let's translate some shit. Interact. Wow. Okay, let's find a seat again so this train can move off. So we're going to Birchgrove now. You think you never spoke in that stream? Oh, fair enough. Flour cake is a good cake. Is it? Oh. Person in the blue hat seemed to be weirdly gyrating up against the fucking, wall there. You know, I'm quietly impressed with this. I'm curious to see who actually made this route, because I don't know this is a Dovetail Games route. I know it's Dovetail Games approved, but I don't know if it was Dovetail Games that made it, because this is an unusual attention to detail for the diesel. Oh look, Scotland. It's not actually Scotland, but oh my god. Okay, we're here at the next station already. Jesus Christ. Oh. Oh, that sounds like bicycle brakes. Oh, that's grim. So this sign directs passengers to the way out of station. Select the option for what you think the translation should be. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I thought it was just me imitating somebody that knows Welsh. Now I have... Wait. Oh, I did miss a collectible. But now I actually have to pretend that I do know Welsh. Oh, hi. Bench cake. Any other collectibles? Yep, here's a collectible. The nice thing about these stations being small and only one platform is that I don't have to worry too much about the... Oh, I can't tell if I can't go this way, or if it's just a smorgasbord of people. No, I can't go this way. Alright, okay, we have to decide on the translation. Oh. Oh, okay. I thought it was going to give us a choice. Oh well, thank God it didn't. Because I don't know about you guys, but my Welsh is not hot. Alright, let's go for a window seat this time. Can the train leave without you? No, not in this scenario. We're impersonating somebody from Transport for Wales, don't you know? We're going around and adding translations to all the signs. I like how from the position of the rails you can tell that at one point or another this bridge used to be like over double railway tracks. But over time they've just decided to remove the tracks one by one. Jesus Christ, these stations are really close together. We're barely going to get above 30 miles an hour, and we're going to be at the next station already. I love how there's like the sand line, like there's 30 people here, and it's literally just like 2 people that are socially distancing apart, and then these 2 people over on the other side of Kansas. This is a long ass train station, Jesus Christ. Your Bluetooth just died, so you can't stay long, but saying hi. No problem, no problem, slightly less. Thank you for dropping in. Oh, trampoline. Oh, okay. I've obviously hit the trampoline. Oh my god, there is so many fucking trampolines in Wales. Jesus Christ. Okay. Looks like we're going to be here at this station. So this is... Oh. It's a very exotic looking name. Up and up. So this sign points to the direction of travel for the single track station. I didn't get a chance to read the rest of that. These text prompts are disappearing too quickly for my my dyslexic ass. I don't know. I'm curious to see what the logic is behind the doors having teeth. Like, there must be some reason for it, because it's too small to be part of the overall decor. I wonder if it's just indicating what way the door closes. I don't know, it seems a bit strange, really. Is this route that you can also operate a train on? No, you can absolutely operate a train on it. I just thought it was a nice little route to start this on, because I've never been to... Oh yeah, 4 cakes. I have never been to Cardiff. I've been to rural Wales, but never to Cardiff. So I do not know my way around the particular area. Ooh, a love spoon. Jesus Christ, that guy looked like Trevor Phillips. Ooh, collectible. Ooh, collectible. Can't go this way. Is there anything worth collecting over here? No. I love how it lets you get all the way to the end of the bridge, but not being able to like get beyond that. Like, you could have just... I don't know. It's a weird choice. Weird choice. This isn't like that route that we did in December, where you could basically walk like 2 miles away from the train station and go visit the pier. Alright, let's get this train underway again. It did say this this scenario was only 20 minutes long. I know we've been hanging it up slightly, but yeah, it does feel a bit longer than that one. So we're going to wait for this train to fire up them our diesel engines, and we're going to head away. You drove past Cardiff on your way to Tenby one summer. Motorhome holiday with your 3 sons. Fair enough. I didn't know you had kids. Got a whistle board here. I wonder how the AI interprets a whistle board. Okay, it doesn't. It doesn't. So the whistle board is a mandatory blowing of the train's horn, or the whistle if it's a steam train. Usually because of level crossing that doesn't have the like normal protection. So you can see here this is manual, so you need the train to blow the whistle to give that extra level of warning to train passengers here, but the AI obviously isn't quite that in depth. So we are at Whitchurch, which is slightly more pronounceable than the previous station. Bippity boppity and get ready to disembark this property. So we're going to change a sign that warns passengers of the dangers of potential ice and snow on the platform. The translation is once again complicated. So let's go and find the sign, and by that I mean we're going to beeline in the other direction of the sign to try and find some collectibles. Leak. The trains in the UK have a specific set of whistles that they must make for a crossing, like the US ones do. No, not really. So trains in the UK typically have 2 pitches. They've got the high pitch and the low pitch, and in the same way that when we are like driving to emergencies in my line of work, like we've got different tones for the sirens, and the different tones, like the different frequencies, the different pitches, they it's not so much that they say different things, it's more that it's how the frequencies behave with the environment. So like lower frequency sounds typically carry for like longer distances, but they don't kind of refract around obstacles so well, whereas like higher pitch, higher frequency sounds don't carry over distance very well, but they will go around corners a little bit more. So generally in British trains, you will hear them blast both the low and the high. It doesn't, as far as I know, specifically matter. Jesus Christ, this is an absolute fucking horde of humans. I don't think it, like, there's any actual requirement to do it in a certain order. However, it's generally preferred that you use both sounds. That's so that one kind of provides a distance, but the other will go around obstacles. So we'll sit down in one of the seats for a second. We'll let the train head underway. So we're going to our last station, which is Corryton. Let's see if I can't get in. Is there one in here that I can do? No, there isn't. Okay. Let's come into here. So the train horn, you basically have low. So you'll typically hear something like one of those two. It's recommended that you do both. Like I said, high pitch is for getting your sound around obstacles. The lower pitch is for carrying the longer distance. But yeah, I don't think you have to do like you're doing a cheat code, like, you know, along a short, short, left. Oh look, there's a human in here. Of course, in real life this would be locked. I wonder, can you actually do guarding in this? Oh, okay. Nope. Please don't open, please don't open, please don't open, please don't open, please don't open. Ah, fuck. Okay, that's not gone well. It's good to see now that they've included it as a feature for Train Sim World 5 that a lot of routes are starting to include the guard mode feature. So this sign marks the location of an emergency defibrillator. The translation is defibrillator. Oh, okay. This is very much the end of the line. So you can tell by the bridge that this line used to go further, but no longer. All right, let's go and mark up the hearty starty. Wait, the defibrillator's here. Okay, but the sign for it isn't. Now let's go see if there's any collectibles. There is. There's some floor cakes. Nice, delicious. Alright, it is much more accessible for passengers of both languages. You know, it says of both languages. I'm kind of curious, now that I think about it. How many natively Welsh speakers are there? Because I know in Scotland, the last person who spoke Gaelic but not English died in the 1980s. So 500,000 people speak Welsh. Oh, of course. I did find a Reddit article asking how many people speak only Welsh but not English. And the entire post is in Welsh, so I can't fucking read it. Yeah, okay, I can't find a I can't find an actual number for if there is even anybody that can speak Welsh but no other languages, so oh well. It is what it is. Okay, let's go. And we'll go to the main menu and we'll see what is next. Wait, if you've only done 9 out of 25, but you've already at the track end. Ah, okay. No, so the Cardiff City route is quite interesting because like when you look at a lot of the routes, so for example, if I pick the class 90, for example, and you look at the map, you can basically see how it is just like it's just a straight line. There's lots of stops on the way, but the line that they have chosen to represent is basically just like a straight line from start to finish. But now, if we go to the class 153, for example, you can see with the Cardiff City network. Okay, it's maybe a bit hard to see here, but you can see there's this main line that runs top to bottom, and then there's this branch here which joins back. There's this other branch here that cuts across. There's another one that cuts across still, and then another one that comes off. So it's quite it's more of an area rather than a line. So that's where the the other things are. Okay, let's go to my profile and we'll go to the routes. We'll see what the other scenario looked like. So Cardiff City network. I don't want to exit. Why does it exit the game? Oh my god, okay. Choose a route, so we'll go to Cardiff City. What was the next scenario? So a cold day in Cardiff means that problems are afoot. But be on the lookout for anything that could require your help. David's Bay. Yeah, okay, fuck it. Let's just run through the scenarios. So we've got the Bay blockage, which means I assume we are going to encounter some form of technical issue. And we get to drive a class 150 train for this. This will probably be a bit interesting because I can't exactly say that I have, you know. So, a cold day in Cardiff means that problems are afoot. A thick layer of snow blankets the city as train services plough on. The old class 150 trains are doing their best in the adverse conditions. Run your service to Cardiff Central, but be on the lookout for anything that requires your help. Jesus Christ, there's a fuck ton of people for this. So where are we? We're Penarth. Why are they all marching in unison? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, I've seen military parades with less elegance than that. That was hella uncanny valley. Oh, I was gonna say let's grab a quick collectible, but we've already grabbed that one. Okay, so class 150. So as we discussed, these trains are quite modular. So last time out we started on a class 153. And you can see the other difference here is the class 150 has the double doors. Whereas with the class 153, you're confined to doors at just the ends. Can we open? It kind of annoys me. Oh no, okay, you have to be right over the button. Let's close the doors. Alright, so let's get into the seat here. So we need to turn on the AWS, which I think is here. It is. Safety systems are operational. I don't recall if there's any. So TPWS to normal. Is there any other things I need to do? Train lights on. Probably want the heaters on as well for these poor bastards. GSM, RM, DAS. Okay, I don't think there's anything else I need to do with this. Cab lights I definitely want on. It's a very gloomy day. DSD will put into the normal position, and the firefighting system we hopefully will not need to use. Let's sit in the driver's seat, and we have to prepare this train ready to go. So master key in and unlocked. train reverser to the forward position. Shut the fuck up, Squawk Box. Okay, Squawk Box is done. Let us put our headlights into... set headlights to right, it wants us. Probably makes sense. And then we need to load passengers. So, the door controls... Do we have door controls? I don't actually think we do have door controls. Not uncommon in these trains, so let's just unlock the doors. And holy hell, look at the snow. We're definitely going to need window wipers on. So, let's put the window wipers to slow. Get rid of some of this snow. Jesus Christ, look at this. It's a fucking angry gaggle of umbrellas trying to get back on. What the fuck is happening with the cameras? Jesus. Yeah, some of these older trains, because guards were quite common when these trains come out, we basically have to take on the role of a guard. We should probably have had the DRA on there. We'll take the DRA off. I'm going to assume the engine is running, so we are going to full release on the brakes, and we will go to throttle stage number 2. Okay, the engine is growling at me, so that is a good sign. Oh, it wants me to set it to P1. We're going to Dingle! So in these snowy conditions, the track surface is going to be incredibly slippery. The reason why trains are so efficient is because the metal surface, it's metal on metal, so it's very near frictionless as they travel, which is one of the things that make them so efficient in terms of their fuel usage. Unfortunately, that means in wintry conditions, the friction can become too little for the trains to actually get traction. So you have a sander, so you've got this little nozzle that sits in front of the wheels that can actually drop sand onto the track to give you a little bit of traction, which is quite cool. Oh god, here's a station already. Fuck. I might not be able to stop this train in time. Gee, yeah, not bad. Not bad. Fuck it. We're running a little bit late, so we'll take a short stop, and we're gonna unlock the left doors here. What a miserable day this is. Oh. I don't know what keeps spazzing out that it keeps throwing me inside. I think it's got something to do with like passengers walking past. The snow looks like it's stopping though. That's not the worst thing. Okay, we can lock the doors. Can we lean out? No. Ooh. Ooh, can I do anything with this? Cancel. On, off. No, unfortunately not. Oh good, we can lean out. Okay, good to know. Okay, right, let's go for... We're already running late, so let's go for full release on the brakes, and we'll go for throttle stage 2. So we've got 2.5 minutes now to get to the next platform, which is 2 miles away, which I don't think we're particularly going to do. We are on quite a steep downhill slope, so we're going to need to get on top of that. Yeah, okay, let's just fire the train into full throttle. No wheel slip. I'm slightly surprised at that. Pleasantly surprised. Demo! Thank you so much for the bits. How are you doing? How was the rest of your stream last night? Ah, we're speeding. We're speeding. Alright, let's go to brake stage 1. Actually, I probably want to keep us on break stage 1 because we've gone downhill again. We've got a green signal there. You doing good? How are you? I'm doing not too bad, thanks. I did just realize that my graphics card is somewhat riding the struggle bus with all of this wintry weather in play. This is a -1 in 38 hill. This is actually quite steep for a train. It is starting to level out now just a little bit, so we're going to pick up the throttle again. Have to keep an eye on that graphics card of mine. Make sure it doesn't catch fire. Okay, actually, whoop, that's 25 miles an hour. So I got caught out with that. So throttle off, brake stage 2. We've slowed down quite nicely. So we're going to release the brakes and go back onto throttle stage 2 again. We've got another train ahead. So 25 miles an hour if going to the left, and we are indeed going to the left. So if we're going to the left again, it's 15 miles an hour. Otherwise, it is going to be 40 miles an hour for us. And we... Hold on. Are they stopped at a red light? Yeah, I think they are stopped at a red light. Okay, we're up to 40 miles an hour, so let's slam the accelerator like we just don't care. So we're passing our colleagues there in a fellow Class 150 train. Hydrate your graphics card as well, maybe. I don't know if hydrating your graphics card is necessarily a good strat there, Mono. I don't know if you know what happens when you mix water and computers. It's not great. We are once again speeding, so we're gonna go for brake stage 1. The ping from the AWS means that we have green lights ahead, but we can definitely see the green light. It's a really fucking tall signal. Like, why is that so tall? God, that's weird. Okay, so that tiny little speed sign there tells us it's still 40 miles an hour for us. We know from our route knowledge that there is a 30 mile an hour speed drop coming ahead. And I don't think... I'm just a bit wary about us being on the brakes too last minute. Although we do need to make up some time. We're currently running about 3 minutes behind schedule. So we're going to go brake stage 1 here as we come around this corner. Oh, bah. So... AWS alert. Not sure why. It might have just been a permanent, but... Okay, we're down to 25 miles an hour, so we're going to full release the brakes here. Here's the speed limit sign for 30 miles an hour, but we're stopping at this train station. So here we go. We're going to go back on train brake stage 1. And now we're going to go train brake stage 2. Back to 1. I'm going to release for a minute. And then train brake stage 1 again. Fuck it, a bit of a short stop, 21 yard, but we're well within the station platform. So we're on the right this time, so we're going to tell the guard to unlock the right-hand doors. And the snow is once again falling. Go ahead and grab our screenshots. So we're just waiting on the all clear from the guard. I do wish that you could control the doors by doing the appropriate guard signals. But that never seems to be an option in this one. So what you would basically do at this point, so the doors are under the guard's control. We would say to lock the doors. The guard would buzz twice, and then we would buzz back to say that we have confirmed that one, and then we would go from there. I don't think I've ever seen that included where you actually have the ability to like communicate with the guards. I think that would be a good addition for Train Sim World, but I'm also quite keen. Dovetail games, how do I put this diplomatically? Dovetail Games have a bit of an unfortunate reputation for releasing new iterations of their games without really adding very much to them in what the community widely regard as just like a perpetual money grabbing exercise, which is unfortunate because the stuff they make is good. So, you know, as much as I would love to see more improvements to the Train Sim World series, it's already a great series. You know, it would be great to have some more stuff into it. However, I also don't want to pay for a new Train Sim World, because I know that if they add one other like halfway big feature to the game, they're probably just gonna bring it out as Train Sim World 6. So, you know, gotta keep that in the back of my mind. So we're on the downhill into Cardiff proper this time. We have a green light and a triple feather signal here. So this is telling us we are going not the first right, but the second right. So we are going right, but this would be the first right, but we're going to the second right, so we're going this way. You mean the game that has £2,500 of DLC and always ensures that their engines is backwards compatible so they don't lose out on selling more? I mean, their DLC policy, granted, is quite good. The fact that they make sure that their shit is always like backwards compatible. However, I think it's always a little bit, for fuck's sake, AWS. I think it's a little bit damning because they, you know, it's just proof that so little changes with the engine that content that was made for Train Sim World 2 still works on Train Sim World 5. Like, I have some of my old hard copy content for the early Train Sim World games, and yeah, I mean, it just works without any changes because that is how little the Train Sim World engine has actually changed. But the fact that they make sure it is constantly, you know, compatible and things is good. I like that about Dovetail Games. It basically means you buy your DLC once and you never have to buy it again. It's their policy with the main game of, like, you know, yeah, you know, the one of the big ones for me was I think it was like Train Sim World into Train Sim World 2. They changed nothing about Train Sim World 2 except, you know, it was a behind-the-scenes engine change in order to make sure... Oh god, I should be at 15 miles an hour. It was a behind-the-scenes engine change to make sure that the game was ready for the inclusion of steam trains. But if I recall correctly, they actually didn't release any steam trains until Train Sim World 3. And so it was just kind of like, well, like, what have you brought out a new version for? And, you know, there was a lot of dubiousness about whether or not actually the game would have been perfectly compatible with Train Sim World 2, or even 1 for that matter. So, yeah. Anyway, welcome to Cardiff. Limited to 15 miles an hour. We're taking a very, very slow drive down. So it's beeping to let us know that this is the end of the line. So we're gonna go train break stage. Ah, 1's fine, I think. Oh no, this is a through station. Okay, oh well, it is what it is. Fine. We have stopped here, so we're going to... So what we would do here is we would signal the guard. I think it's either 1 or 3 to say that we've stopped. So at that point, the guard would signal that back, and then they would... open the doors. So we are unloading our passengers here. Yeah, this is a through station. Okay. So welcome to the center of the Welsh capital, Cardiff. Oh wait, is that us? Are we a 4-car train? No. Yeah, I was gonna say no. That's not us. Okay, so we're gonna lock the doors. We've got an off sign. Are we? Yeah, okay. So we're changing cab end now. So what we're going to do is we are going to park the window wipers. we're going to put the brakes into full service. We are going to put the reverser into the off position. And we are going to put the tail lights switch on, the headlights off, and the master key to the full unlock position. We are going to stand up and put off this stuff. So cab lights are going to come off. And we will re-isolate all of the safety systems. Fine. So we're going to step out of this cab and open the door. I can't close the door. Oh, are we taking over a different service? Where are you going? Evan Hughes would like to speak to you. Oh, okay, that's why he's going. Talk. Hi there, sorry to grab you right before your shift ends, but we could really use your help. A train is in need of maintenance, but its original driver is busy. Could you head to Cardiff Bay and take it to the Canton depot? The signaller has already been notified, so your route is clear. I love how they're trying to force you to do overtime, and there's no fuck off option. There is only your thing. Alright, so we have to go and take our train back. So we've actually got no passengers on board now, which is quite good, because the original Train Sim World games had a bit of a problem where there was no terminus station option. There was only like a normal station option. So you would get to a terminus where all of your passengers would be disembarking, but it would load passengers as well. So you would effectively end up you would effectively end up like taking a train to the depot with a whole bunch of passengers still sitting on. Okay, let's re-engage the safety systems then, because we are going to be taking this train to the depot. Got a nice little USB port there. Let's put the cab lights back on, and we will unisolate the safety systems. Sit in the seat and put our key in. The reverser is going to go into the forward position. Fucking shut up, Jesus. Alright, let's put brakes to release and give us a little bit of throttle. So we're going to be heading to Cardiff Queen Street, but I don't think we're picking up passengers here. We're limited to 15 miles an hour, so we'll basically just go ahead. It's really quiet all of a sudden. Oh, we need to get our headlights back on actually. Tail lights off, headlights to the right. Bye bye, Cardiff. Okay, so we'll take. I assume that red light's not for us. It said we were cleared the whole way. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it said we were cleared the whole way, so I assume that red light wasn't for us. It must be for this train here. Should probably have checked that at some point before before setting off. Okay, let's hold off on the throttle. We'll do a little bit of gentle braking to keep us under 15 miles an hour. Hey, Jen. Choo choo, motherfuckers! Yee. We're train driving. We train driving. Yeah, the external cam rides a struggle bus on this train. I don't really know why. I think there might be actually be an invisible wall here. Yeah, there's an invisible wall here. Okay, this is quite a steep uphill, so we need to give it a little bit more oomph on that there throttle. Happy Jan! Okay, this is quite a steep uphill. Our train is indeed riding the struggle bus. So we have to stop at Cardiff platform 4, although I'm not entirely sure why. So that's 20 miles an hour for locomotive hauled engines, 25 miles an hour for us. And we are going to the U line. Which means we are not going to the right, so that means our speed goes up to 25 miles an hour. So let's punch that. And then Jesus Christ. So the AWS sets off because we've got a yellow light ahead. We're planning to go to platform 4, and we are being told, if I stick my head out of the cab, that we are going to platform 4. So back inside we go. Coming up to 15, oh no. How is things going? Yeah, not too bad. Everything just froze up on me there. God, that was a little bit weird. Jesus Christ. So AWS again because the light is red. So we're going to go for a little bit of braking. May as well just keep us on train break stage 1. So this is an empty commuter service, so we don't have to worry about too much about timekeeping per se. Am I getting off here? Or am I just changing direction? Yeah, okay. No, we are we're either changing direction or we're going to be stepping around again. So let's put the reverser to the off. Master key is out and in my pocket. We'll grab the lights off. We'll isolate the safety systems. Isolate and isolate. Okay, so the safety systems in this cab are isolated. Oh. That would be the wrong side to get off of the train. Can I get up? Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, that would... See, this is what happens when your boss makes you do stuff when you're not on shift anymore. So you just ordered several vinyls from your favorite band, but do you have a record player? No. Why did you order vinyls then? Okay, let's button press. Let's open this. So this is the driver's vestibule. So technically there shouldn't be any passengers in here. Let's open up this door. And we are going to do everything in reverse. So we're going to re-enable the driver's safety systems, like so. So everything is in the normal position. We're going to put the lights on. Fold down our chair. Apparently this window isn't covered in any snow, so that's not too bad. Headlights are going to go to the right. The master key is going to go in and unlock. Reverser into the fucking loud position. Jesus Christ. Fine, I don't think there's anything else I need to do just now. We'll put the brake down to train stage 1 with the DRA on. We do have a red light behind us, so we are going to phone the signaler. So we are sent, standing at signal, wait, proceed at restricted speed. Okay, so this means we full release on the brakes. Oh, I forget I had the DRA on. Let's reset the brakes. Brakes on, brakes off. And let's give it a little bit of oomph. So we are cleared through this red light ahead, but at a restricted speed. So I'm going to self-restrict myself to 15 miles an hour. Button. And we're going to head through the light. And you can make a record player out of a bone needle and an empty cup. Jesus. They look pretty. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Anytime you see this game, you think of Russell Crowe Gladiator meme, where he's wearing a train outfit and screams, "Are you not into trains?" I've never seen that meme. You're gonna have to send it to me. It sounds hilarious. It does sound hilarious. Okay, so we are going to have red lights as we take this train back into the depot. But the signaler knows about us. So this should be fine. You will find it right now. So I'm not sure what line we're actually going to get kept on. So I assume I can just keep going through these. Watch me fail the scenario here. Okay, well, we didn't fail the scenario, but the TPWS kicked in. I should actually probably isolate that. TPWS full isolation. So the TPWS is like the final line of defense in your railway safety stuff that basically will just like force the emergency brakes on. Are you not into trains? That's great, Jen. So I need to reset the service. So train brakes to emergency. AWS acknowledge. Reverser. It's fucking locked. Oh, I think because it needs to be in service. Uh oh. Oh, it's because the throttle's still on. Right. Okay, that should change things. So, reverser into the off position. Train brakes down to train brake stage 1. And then if we put the reverser to forward, that's going to free up the brakes, which is going to allow us to full release and throttle stage 2. I think because we are running against red light... Oh, for fuck's sake. Shut up. Yeah, because we are running against red lights, I'm actually just probably... I'll keep the... Yeah, okay. We'll do the... We'll just isolate the safety systems. We know that we are running under caution, so, yeah. We'll just isolate all the safety systems. It'll be fine. I wonder how a very automated system copes with manual clearances through red signals. Probably like what I've just done, Mono, is that, you know, you have the option of, like where you got here, so the temporary isolation. So this controls the entire system, which I've just turned it off, but this allows you to do like a very temporary override, which is pretty good. Look at that, it's turning into a nice day now. Here in Cardiff, the city of cars. Look how pretty. Wait, can we change our destination board? No, we can't. That's no bueno. Turn on the driver safety systems. No, because it keeps stopping the train. So this is an interesting little sign here. You don't see this too many places on the radio, but this is the railway. This is a permanent yellow sign, so you basically treat this as like a red light. So it tells you that the next signal that you encounter will always be a red. So we have a train up ahead that we are going to be coupling to, which is interesting. I don't think we've done any live coupling on stream, probably not for a long time. We're going to go train brake stage 1 and take a very slow approach into this busted up train. Which apparently has broken down at a train station down here. I'm going to full release this. I don't actually know where we are. We're definitely somewhere. So what we'll do is we're going to come to a complete stop next to the train. So we're going to go brake stage 1 here. And not in service, yep. Okay, so this is a very slow and careful maneuver. We are effectively just going to make the trains kiss together. Now, some places in the world, the trains have automatic coupler systems. I think this train does, but nevertheless, we'll just assess it. So we're taking a very, very slow bonk in. So we're going to wait for the collision, which is now. There it is. The train brake stage 2. Let's just have a little look. Oh, okay, well the gangway has automatically connected. Let's pop out a little second here. So it looks to me like the coupler has engaged, which is fine. I'm quite happy with that one. Let's go ahead and close this door again for a second. And we're going to be changing cabs once again. So we're going to put the lights off. There's no need for the tail lights since we are connected together here. So train brake stage should be at full service. Reverser to the full off position. Window wiper was never on. We're going to remove the master key. Oh no, you should be neutral, not off. Fuck, okay, I need the master key in. And we need to couple. There we go. So now the reverser goes to off. Fine. So we have ensured the connection. So let's, for the third time this fucking journey, let's put the safety systems off, the lights off. And we will go to the other side of this train. Now that there are 4 cabs, how does the train know which one to take priority for control? So the answer to that is... well, fuck me, I guess. Where even are we? We're at Cardiff Bay. Well, let's go ahead and grab some collectibles. So the answer is... whatever one has the master key. So in theory, if you somehow get a hold of like a train master key, I'm not entirely sure if there was 2 master keys in play, how the train would decide who gets priority. I assume it would be like the first one with the master key in takes priority, but that's just a kind of guesswork for me. Okay, I'm gonna have to go in through the train, which is fine because there's no, there's actually nobody here anyway. I know in older trains, the trains have like a lever, a mechanical lever, which is like driver cab priority. And only, like, if one cab has priority, the other cab can't be set as priority. You have to unset the other lever. So I assume it is the same principle, in that if you put a master key in at one train cab, if you then put a different master key into another one of the train cabs, it will not take priority until the first master key is gone. But that is just an assumption. Okay, let's unisolate all of our shit, because we should be going in the same direction as the train lights this time. So let's go ahead and get the master key in. Train reverser to the loud position. And yeah, I think it's going to be time to skedaddle. I think there is going to be a railway signal somewhere here, but I don't know where it is. Okay, fine. So, Cardiff Bay signal. Okay, yeah, so the signal is up ahead. So let's go for full release on the brakes, and let's get ready to head off into the middle distance. So this is going to be quite challenging because we don't know exactly what the issue is with the train behind, but we do know that it's broken down. So although we are now 4 cars, we maybe only have the tractive effort of 2 cars. So that's something we need to bear in mind. We're going to be, this isn't a locomotive. These trains are designed to have maybe just a little bit more power than they need for just the cars that they're attached to. So yeah, could be a bit of a interesting if we have to do a full uphill kind of area. So there is a yellow signal ahead, which means the signal after this is going to be red. I don't think there's AWS here, so okay, I lied, there is. It looks very American with its rounded light interface. That's how the American railway signals look. Lies detected. It wasn't so much lies, Mono, as just, you know, uncertainty. Okay, we're stopping here, so let's go brake stage, full service, and let's put the throttle off. Actually, no, let's not do full service. Let's in fact release the brakes with a little bit of throttle, get us back up to 10 miles. Jesus Christ. So we're on quite a steep, well, we're not, we're on a kind of uphill slope here. So we're just going to hold on to throttle stage 1 until we can come to a stop next to this light. In days of old, you used to have to get out of the cab and march to like a railway like phone in order to phone through to the signaller. But thanks to modern advances of, I think in some places they actually are able to run the train, like the phone signal through the rails, because it's such a low. Wait for the service at Cardiff Central to pass. Okay, fine, that's just waiting. Yeah, it's such a low amplitude signal for voice communications that, like, you know, if you step on a rail, it isn't going to, like, electrocute you by running the phone signal through it, so you can contact the signalers that way. Yeah, pretty much, Mono. Another like interesting little tidbit about phones, you don't typically see this too many places these days. Ships, I think, is the #1 place that you can see this. But when you think about electricity generation, it's usually caused by oscillating, so vibrating an electric field through a magnetic field, and that generates electricity. And what is sound? Sound is a vibration of the air around you. So you can actually use voice to produce the oscillations to generate power. So there is such a thing as a voice-powered phone. So the problem with them is that they have to be point to point. They can't be. Oh, there's a service we're waiting on. So it can't be. You know, you can't then, like. I guess it would be complicated, but you could, in theory, do like some kind of weird switchboard system. But generally, they're used for point to point communication. So on a ship, like engine room to the bridge. But yeah, you basically pick it up, and when you speak into the phone, your voice generates the power that the phone needs to carry your voice to the other end, which I think is quite a cool little tidbit. Piezoelectric conversion. I don't know if that's a name for it. I don't know much about it beyond what it is, Mono. Why are we waiting for this service to pass? And he's got a red light. Or are we waiting for another train? Oh no, okay. I think we were waiting for this train, but this train has been stopped. So we haven't been given the green light yet, which is a bit annoying. I wonder if we need to be a little bit closer to the signal. We're going backwards. Still going backwards. So it says for us to go to Cardiff Queen Street platform 5, but the service that we're waiting on hasn't really passed. Let's send a message to the signaller. We're standing at a red signal. Denied. Wait for the signal to change. Okay. So it seems. So hang on. What's going on here? So I feel like we're waiting for this train to pass. But they can't go. So are we waiting for a train to come from Cardiff Queen Street? Well, no, because there's no trains here. Has this just entirely fucked up? So we will fail the scenario if we go through this. So you can't go because... Why can't you go? Okay, you can't go because your points are locked opposing. So these points are set up. These points are set up for me to go, but I have a red light. What happens if I... How do I save? Save current progress. Let's just see what happens if we gently go through this red light. It may fail the scenario, but I don't really know what else we're doing, really. We're waiting for the service to pass that isn't passing because the points are locked in place for me. Watch us fail the scenario. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Shit's bugged. Leroy Jenkins. Yep. Fine. Okay. Well, that didn't really work so well, did it? Fine. Bit of a bugged scenario there. Maybe we took too long with something. Oh. We're back here. This isn't the main menu. Yeah, I'm honestly not legit main menu. Fuck it, main menu. I'm not gonna hang around. No, main menu. Here we go. Yeah, I'm not gonna fuck around with lingering on something that I don't think is gonna work. So to the trains. Okay, let's maybe skip to a timetable. So, our options are... Oh, okay. Oh. Huh. Okay. I feel like we could probably do this. Is this a nighttime run? Oh. Huh. Okay, this could be quite interesting. Okay, let's put dynamic weather and let's absolutely Hail Mary it to see what the weather is going to be. Lightning storm. Ooh. Okay. Alright, this should be interesting. Can you control the other trains via the console or something? No, unfortunately not. In free roam mode, you are free to take control of whatever train you can see. You just click on it, but when you're in a scenario or a timetable mode, you can't, unfortunately. Okay, so we haven't driven the Class 66 in a long time, but this is the railhead treatment train. Is our fucking hell, this is loud. So we've got a nighttime service, so it's going to be quite difficult to actually see this, but basically these trains carry like chemicals and various bits and bobs, and I don't think we're going to be able to see it so well, but these chemicals are there we go, here we go. So these chemicals drop down onto the tracks via these little nozzles. I don't know if they're present on every single one. Oh yeah, they are, okay. So yeah, they drop down and they actually treat the railway head. Exactly in what way they treat the railway heads, I'm not entirely sure, but that is what they do. So that's quite a cool view seeing this at night. Because we don't really do... Like, we don't do very much in the way of, like, cargo stuff. I suppose this isn't explicitly cargo. I cannot see where the fuck I am. Is there a cab light button? Because this game does nights properly, so shit's hella dark. I'm trying to see, does there exist a cargo... Not cargo. Cab light. Headlights. The mister. Tail lights. Instrument lights will help us here. Cab lights. Oh, thank fuck. Yeah, okay. So one thing I want to do that's ever so slightly pissing me off is I want to hop back in further into our train, and I want to fucking turn this off. I wonder if you could do anything with this. It looks like there's a control panel here, but I don't know that we can actually do anything with this. No, we can't board it. Okay. Yeah, I want to get these lights off because this is just distracting. Do we have tail lights on here? No, we don't. So this isn't actually pretty good. Can we put a lamp? No, okay, there's no option for us to have a lamp on. So what we'll do then is we'll come into this cab here, and we'll turn the lights on for my sanity. So what I want is the desk lights off, tail lights off, and I want the train lights off. Just probably put the cab lights off as well. Fine, so that looks a bit better. It's not going to completely fucking screw us over. Apologies for derailing the conversation, but do you know that the game that's called the Trans-Siberian Railway Simulator? I know of it, but I've never played it. I gather it's quite interesting. Okay, let's do the cab lights. So we want the tail lights on here. So now if we put the cab lights back off and hop out of the train. So now we should have our tail lights on, and we fucking don't. Why do we not? Dude, I can't fucking see anything. So tail lights are in the on position. Do you want to give up control? No. If we say yard work, oh god, no, I don't think this is what we want. I think we want tail lights, but it's not really giving us the tail lights. I'm not really entirely sure why. So we can put the headlights on, but yeah, we can't put the tail lights on. So that's a bit shit. Anyway, I've tried. So we'll put the lights off. We do have the tail lights on, but I don't know why the tail lights aren't showing. So fuck me, I guess. Let's head back to the front of our train. This isn't a passenger service, so I guess it doesn't really matter too much if we run too late. You think you would quite enjoy it if you ignore that it's a simulator that doesn't simulate very well. No, as my understanding goes, it is definitely one. Is there a flashlight? No, of course not. Yeah, as my understanding goes, it's you know, yeah. Okay, next thing I need to do is go into the fuse cabinet. So cab heaters is on. Generator field fuse. Let's go into this one. So DSD should not be isolated. Fuel injector is running. Ground relay is cutting. 8 so we want that one on. So all of our fuses that need to be engaged are engaged. We are pretty happy with that one. And what have we got down here? There's something here. High speed. And then the overheating. Yeah, okay, fine. So we should be good to go. So let us sit down here. This looks really pretty, Jesus Christ. This looks real pretty. So let's go to night running. And we are going to put the reverser in and the reverser to forward. Very quiet AWS. Where's our button? Oh, it's here. Okay, so there is the button. So the reverser is in forward. The throttle's 0. Where the fuck is my brake? Or is this combined? No? Hold the automatic brake handle. I did see an automatic. Oh, here's the brake. Huh? Okay, I'm about 10% sure the brakes are released. Hold the automatic brake handle and release to release the brakes before applying power. Oh, there we go, okay. So we need to hold the brakes, hold the brakes, hold the brakes, hold the brakes, hold the brakes. So as soon as the numbers reach 0 in my top right here, that is the brakes released. Okay, brakes are now released. I wonder how you get the taillights on. Yeah, because it's not saying that they are on. Anyway, no matter. We now have this, so let's start going. We want the windscreen wipers probably at 50%. So, let's go and do some railway treatments, huh? So ominous. So, what's our options? We are on night running, aren't we? Yeah, we definitely are. It's actually quite disorientating to see. Also, we're going quite fast. So, we're running the brakes. I wonder how it did the speed hold. Speed control. So this is the slow speed control. Oh, I didn't realize we had 2 kinds of brakes. Oops. So we want to full release that one. Yeah, I'm really curious if this train does have so speed control. Locomotive must be set up in speed control mode. Start. Okay. Okay, fine. I don't really care too much about the slow speed control. We're up to 25 miles an hour here, so our speed gauge is here. So we just need to be mindful of our power control. I do remember the last time of driving this train, trying to get speed control up and running. But I never really remember how to do it. Can the chemicals be applied to the track at any reasonable speeds? Mono, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea on that front. Also, IRL, would it make sense for them to be applied in the rain? Possibly not. Possibly not, but again, I don't know. I am vaguely aware of what a railhead treatment train is, but nothing really beyond that. I do see them sometimes. I've actually got a railway that's about, what, 150 yards over like that way. I mean, we're up to 55 miles an hour, so let's give it some welly. Okay, not sure what happened to the gauge there. I wonder if we were wheel spinning for a little bit, actually. I wonder if that was traction control clicking in. So we can go up to 55 miles an hour. God, these headlights are annoying me. And I wasn't paying attention, we have gone too fast. So we need the brakes to keep coming off. Really slow on the brakes, I'm noticing. So we'll get us up to about 50. This engine takes a long time to spool down. I was gonna say I wonder if there's any like spraying decals, but I can't fucking see. Wait, why are there people on the platforms? My immersion. Hey, there is such thing as nighttime trains. See, nobody on these platforms. But yeah, there's a few places you get nighttime trains. What does annoy me is that the sound keeps dropping out. That's ruining my immersion. My immersion. Okay, so we're to stop at Rudder in 2 miles. Okay, I'm not sure what we were AWSing for. Let's bring the throttle down to throttle stage 1, because we're approaching our 55 mile an hour limit. This train's limited to 75 miles of those hours. Honestly, this light's kind of like freaking disorientating. Okay, that is kind of worse somehow. Okay, let's kill the throttle since we are at 55 miles an hour. Banner repeater signal showing the signal around the corner is green, and indeed it is. So we are now idling uphill. Our route knowledge tells us that in 1 mile we are going to have a speed decrease down to 25 miles an hour. So I think we are going to start hitting onto the brakes. So looks like we've got about 1/2 brakes on at the minute. Probably want less than that. So we'll probably do... Yeah, do you know what? Good enough. We'll probably bleed the rest of the speed off at some point. So brakes are under full release. We've only got a couple of 100 yards until we get to our 25 mile an hour zone. So that said 50 miles an hour, but that was wrong. That's actually wrong, so, well, we're not going to be able to see it now. So when that says 30/50, what that says is that locomotive hauled trains are limited to 30 miles an hour, and multiple units are limited to 50 miles an hour. Now we are oh fuck, okay, this isn't the signal. I saw the red lights and I assumed that red light was for us. Actually, out of curiosity, since we're here. So 4 is maximum. Fine. Okay. Yeah, we are a locomotive hauled train, so we should only be going 30 miles an hour, even though it tells us 50. However, it is a bit of a moot point because we are coming up on a 25 mile an hour speed sign. So we're just going to wait full release on the brakes, and then we are going to go throttle stage 4. So 25 miles an hour for all trains. I'm going to turn the game down because the game volume suggests that you might barely be able to hear me over the sound of the fucking rain. Cool, so we are now limited to 25 miles an hour. We're going to kill the throttle here. Remember, the next signal might be red as we come around this corner, so we're going to pay attention. There's no banner repeater signal for some rather interesting exotic reason. I suppose we are stopping here anyway. So we're going to get the squawk. We are going to go for the brakes. So we're currently at 1/2 braking. Oh, never mind. We got all the way up to full brakes. That's pretty cool. And we'll just stop here for a minute. So we have to stop at... Oh, we have to go back. Okay, we have to go back. Fine. Let's release these brakes. So that is going to release us. And then we're going to bring us forward a little bit, very slowly, just so that we ensure that we have all of the train on the platform. So we're going to do this, and then we are going to apply the brakes. So the brakes are on at 1/2. This is fine. Let us turn the window wiper off. I love the hot plate so you can cook your food on the go. That's great. So we're going to put the tail lights on, not that they fucking work. We're going to put our headlights off. Cab lights and all of this are going to go on. You can see we don't have any lights illuminated. I don't know why. I don't know why this happens. Okay, we are going to remove the reverser. So to neutral, and then yoink the reverser handle out. So this is this train's equivalent of the master key. So the principle behind those brakes is move forward to engage more until max. To engage less until full release. Yeah, pretty much. So, the way to look at it is this gauge here is a measure of how much air is in the system. So this is going to be like vacuum brakes, effectively. So, or maybe it is just straight pneumatic brakes. I'm actually not too sure. But yeah, no. So this gauge here is a measure of how much air is in the braking system. So when it says effectively like this 4.5 to 5, all of the air that is available is within the braking system. Therefore, the brakes are on 100%. So what this lever does is it controls the rate of flow of how much air is going into or out of this system. So this is a measure of what percentage of the brakes are actually being applied, and this is the rate of change of braking effectively. It's annoying I can't get the fucking taillights on. It's weird there's no option for it. Alright, I don't think I've actually got anything else to do here. Oh, actually, I should probably... well, actually, no. I don't, because I don't know if there's a fuse box in the other end. Oh, actually, no, it's a different cab, so yeah, there is going to be another fuse box. So DSD goes to isolate, AWS goes to isolated, everything else stays on. Cab lights come off. We go out. We'll try our fight. Wrong side. Wrong side, okay. It's almost twice I've done that during this stream. That's quite unusual for me. We're going to open this door, close this, close this. Yeah, it really bugs me there's no taillights. There should be an option for hanging a lantern here. But yeah, there isn't. Really annoys me. It really annoys me that I can't get the taillights up and running. Oh. Well, we did get the taillights here, eventually, somehow. Not entirely sure how that ended up happening. But, yeah, okay, fine. Got the taillights in the wrong-ass cab. Fine. So, I think I was right in that there is no fuse box here. So, we're gonna need to pop over to this end. Climb up. Let's go into the fuse box, and we need to put the driver safety device and the AWS into the on position, which has now happened. These tail lights. Wait. No. Okay, the tail lights are on, but I don't know why they're on. Because the switch for them is off. Alright, let's close over the door here. Let us hop aboard the train. We're going to get the cab lights on, desk lights on, instrument lights on, tail lights off. Oh, I wonder if because it was on here, that's why it's on at the other end. I wonder if it is like putting the tail lights on for the other cab. I wonder if that's what it is. Anyway, we have the reverse journey back to Cardiff to do. So let's go ahead and oh yeah, we've done the fuses. So let's sit down. Let us get the reverser handle in and forward. Let's reset our buttons. Ooh. Actually, I kind of don't like that. Oh, kind of don't like that either. Wait, why does this look so different? I wonder if it's because let's turn the dimmer. Oh, this looks weird compared to the other one. Fine. So let's put our windscreen wiper on. We have an alert. Oh, we've got the pass light. Okay, I'm not sure what that is. Set the air brake to cut out using the control panel. Oh, fuck. How do I get to brake cut out? Okay, select. Cut in. Okay, I don't feel this is actually changing anything. Oh, you've got to wait for the pneumatic system to pump up, that's why. Okay, so we've we've engaged the brakes. We've now disengaged the brakes, sorry. But we do have a red light ahead, so let's go to throttle stage 1. We're going to bring the train forward a little bit. Okay, kill the throttle, and let's go for a bit of a stop here. Oh fuck, okay, I need a bit more of a stop. God, that was danger close. Okay, let's, where's the phone? How do I contact the signaler? Oh, here we go. Okay, let's see what he says. Denied. Wait for the signal to change. Okay, I highly doubt there is something else running around. But then maybe there is. There may be other freight trains and things running around. So we've been told to wait for a signal change. I'm not seeing any other freight trains. I don't want to keep being stuck in a fucking red light zone forever. Let's just take a check down the main line. Or this line, rather, and see if there's anything else coming. Doesn't look like it. Today's scenario seemed to have trouble when you switch direction. Yeah. I am noticing this. Okay, to the best of my technical ability, I do not see another train coming. So where are we? This is us. And this is where we're going. I'm not really seeing any trains moving around. So the line is definitely set for us. That's the depot. Yeah, I'm definitely not seeing any other trains moving around. Yeah, alright, fine. Not having very much luck, are we? This does mean we're not passing the scenario since we are, not able to do this. Okay, let's just go for a... no, let's go back to trains. Choose a route, Cardiff Central. Alright, let's drive... actually, I'm kind of curious to see what this is. Great Western Express. Oh, it's 2 minutes. Operate and no, okay, right, fine. Jesus. Jesus Christ. Let's see about doing one of these services. I've done enough of nighttime traveling. Let's do a commuter service from Penarth to Corryton. Or to Cardiff Central. Yeah, okay, fuck it. Let's just do one of this one. Again, let's Hail Mary what weather we are doing. Absolutely no idea what one. Heavy clouds. Okay, good enough for me. Let's get started. We're gonna go as the driver. I might do some conductor stuff next time out. See if it actually works, because I know that it has oh god, I look like I'm in the middle of the fucking forest. Yeah, so oh god, that looks like a bitch of a location to try and get a bus. Holy shit. Alright, fine. Let's go ahead. We're going to contact the signaler and unlock the right-hand doors. While this is happening, we're going to start our safety systems. So the driver vigilance device is now engaged. Oh, wait, where's my AWS? Train lights are... Make sure they are nice and on. Wait, where's my AWS isolate? That's vigilance, or does this train not have AWS? No, it must, because it's got that there. Okay, let's set and unlock the right-hand doors. Which I can't do because I need to have the master key in. Okay, fine. So master key in here. Oh, this is quite a bit different from the class. Okay, notice board light. That's pretty cool. Fine. I need to work out how to get the AWS. Is it down here? No. I wonder if it's at the back. If there's like a different fuse panel or something. Or is this it here? Ah, TPWS. So this should be in the normal position, which it now is. I have no fucking idea where the AWS is. I'm gonna go check and make sure it's not at the back cab end. That would be a slight embuggerance. Oh, here we go. Yeah, here's this is a fuse box with some chest hair. But despite that, I don't have much in the way of fuses. So there we go. AWS. Fine. So AWS there. DVD. Is there another fuse that is in the down position? I don't think that there is. Fine, good enough for me. So now if we come back here, yeah, there we go, fine. So it was at the other end, that was why I couldn't find it. So let's lock the right doors, and because of that little mishap, we are going to be starting this service 1 full minute late, which is a bit annoying. Okay, so reverser is forward. We are going to take the train brakes into full release, and we are going to put the throttle to throttle stage 2. We need to sort out our lights so that we are on the day headlights. Now I don't know if this means that our... Okay, yeah, it's automatically got the tail lights on. Time to speed run the route, yeah. Although it's going to be hard to... Well, actually 45 miles an hour isn't too bad. Okay, 5 miles an hour, let's give it some oomph. So 45 mile an hour is the speed limit, but this is a constant start-stop service. So we need to bear that one in mind. So we are a train service comprised of 2 class 153 trains. And we have the running number 2P86. Shame we can't change our destination board. That's a cool feature of some of the trains that are around. All right, let's kill the throttle, since we are getting pretty close to our destination. Oh, and we need to be shit hot on the brakes here, but I don't know if we have it in us, because braking, weirdly enough, isn't my strong point in these trains. We'll see how it goes. We'll go for the 2-car stop, full service braking here. Now let's signal the guard that we have stopped. He'll signal back to confirm and open the doors. We will put the DR8 on. Did he just fucking... Did anyone else see that? Did anyone else just see the man that absolutely just fucking Supermaned into space? What the fuck? I think I've got a hard copy clip of that. I want to see what that looks like. Alright, let's lock the doors. So again, we're over a minute late finishing here. So we're going to take the DR8 off. Doors are closed. I don't actually know if there's even a door interlock light, which is slightly annoying. Oh fuck it, let's just full throttle it. Oh, that would help if the brakes weren't on. Okay, brakes are released. I love how you can see that whoomph when it caught traction. Here's that whistle board that we talked about during the start of stream. So let me do the whistle. So So that alerts anybody who is using the pedestrian level crossing here. We are going to give it some welly as much as we can. I think with this being such a small train that's got 2 independent engine systems, our braking performance should be quite good. So I'm going to kill the throttle here. And we're going to try just gently bleed off some speed. We're going to brake stage 2 here. Okay, this is a reasonably good stop for us. That's a stopped, DR8 on, guard signaled. We are going to unlock the door. And we're going to load up some passengers here. I love the little lunch bag. Also, she's got some colourful wellies. Jesus, I love the lunch bags that some of the people carry. Okay, guard's gonna lock the doors. Yeah, we don't have a. Usually, there's a light somewhere in the cab that tells you the driver when all of the doors have been locked. Okay, so DRA now off, full release on the brakes, and we are now going to go throttle stage 3. Engine spilling up. We are moving under traction now. So already we are 20 seconds late for arriving at the next station. So this is a bit wild. It's just over 3/4 of a kilometre away. Oh, there's a Scotland flag again. I thought it was a bit of a landslide there that's almost blocked some of the tracks. When Train Sim Worldwide includes Neo from the Matrix. Was that the guy going yeet into the sky, perchance? I need to take a look at that. That was fucking hilarious, because I almost missed it. I wasn't even looking at that part of the screen. I just saw this, woo! I was like, what? Okay, 300 yards. Let's go ahead and kill that our throttle. Something's oh, it's my dishwasher. I thought that was in game. Okay, this is a really short station. Holy fuck. I didn't realize this was such a short station. Oh, can we stop this in time? It's gonna be a hard stop. No, fuck, we missed it. I could have gone to emergency, but yeah, we'll just do an announcement that all passengers should alight and board from the rear carriage. That's slightly embarrassing. You changed the cameras at the perfect time. Yeah, that's a slightly embarrassing stop for us there. I figured the platform was going to be long like the other platforms, and then this one's like really short. So I was like, I have misplaced my braking zone. Okay, nevertheless, we've made it work somehow, so we are going to wait for the doors to close. Guard would buzz us at some point. Release the brakes, throttle stage 4. The next train station is 300 yards away, holy shit. That's actually crazy, 300 yards between, that's walking distance, that's comfortably walking distance. Like, I wonder what the rationale is for, like, not just shutting down one of them stations. Okay, this looks to be another short station. So we're going to go brake stage 1, and we're going to try to not fuck up the braking point this time. Full release on the brakes since we are under 10 miles an hour, and we're going to go brake stage 2. Alright, signal the guard. Unlock the left doors. So the reason why you heard the AWS go off there is purely because this is one of the weird signals that we were talking about earlier. Although it is just a sign and not a signal, it just tells you that it is a perpetually yellow light. So we need to continuously bear that one in mind. Waiting for the last couple of passengers to board. The guard's going to close the doors. We're going to take the DR8 off. Guard says we're okay. We're going to go to the Heath low level train station, which I think we're going to be quite hard pressed to get to in time. The lady in blue is flirting with you. Sorry, I'm so stressed at being late that I didn't even notice. Which is an accurate summary of my entire history of my dating life is, yeah, I'm so stressed I didn't even notice. We've driven 1.53 miles. That's cute. I see what you did there, Dovetail. That's cute. Okay, 45 miles an hour is the speed limit, but after the next station we drop down to 25 miles an hour. But it's actually a whole 0.7 miles away, so we get the chance to give it some oomph here. And we've got the downhill to our advantage as well. We're definitely going to struggle to get there on time now. Wait, what was that? That's the door, it's the door handle. So we should pick up into second gear soon. So these trains, although they're not particularly fast, these are two-gear automatic sequential gearboxes. We're just gonna go train stage, brake stage 1 here. We're gonna get ready on the brakes. Still carrying a lot of speed, so trains brake stage 2 as we come into this. AWS squawks because that light's red. We're gonna go full service here. I think this is a good stop. I don't think we're carrying too much speed or anything like that. It's actually going to be a short stop. I suppose I could ease off the brakes, but fine. We are stopped, so let's put the DR8 on, and our guard, we are going to instruct to stop the train. Is that a collectible we missed? No, we got it. We got it. Okay. So it seems we've brought it back a little bit. We're only going to be 1 minute late leaving the station, which is actually not too shabby for how poorly this run has gone so far. So full release on the brakes with the DR8 now off. Throttle stage 4 to accelerate us. We are now going to be limited to 25 miles an hour. I think, judging by the series of the speed changes that are happening here, we're probably going to be rejoining the main line here. Rather than accelerating us too much, I'm actually just going to hold us at throttle stage 4 for now. Maybe kick us up to throttle stage 5. I'm not sure why in particular they decided there should be like 7 divisions of throttle, but hey, if it works, it works. So yes, my assertion was correct. We are rejoining the main line here. We are on a bit of a downhill, so we just need to keep that one in mind. We're going to come off the throttle as a result, because we're at the 25 mile an hour speed limit. We go up to 75 mile an hour once we are clear of this. It is starting to rain now, so let's go ahead and get the window wipers onto slow. And we're up to 75 miles an hour, so let's give it full throttle. There you go, look at that steamy class 150. Okay, so let's head towards Cardiff Queen Street. Very rainy weather, so listen for the gear change. You should be able to hear it about now. There it is. So you hear the revs just drop down. The Sprinter series, so everything from the class 150 through to class 180, 185, is all kind of 2-gear automatic sequential gearboxes, and they all do their gear change about 45 miles an hour. If you're actually aboard one of these trains, you know, it's very distinctive. You can very much hear it as you're traveling. Okay, so AWS has pinged, which tells us it's a green signal, but the vigilance pedal wants us to remind us that we are here. And look at this, 75 miles an hour. We're finally up to speed. So we got a permanent AWS there for the speed change up ahead, which is down to 25 miles an hour. So we're actually going to go on the brakes just now, because we're less than half a mile away from it. So hard on the brakes, hard on the brakes. Which class is it? The one that sounds like an electronic alarm in low gear? What, the one that's just basically like the that's the, if it is that one, that's a 380. It's got a very distinctive sound when it's in low power mode. It's an electric train, so it doesn't have a gear. It doesn't have a gear system as such. I'm not actually sure why it is that it makes that noise, but yeah. Oh fuck! I've still got the brakes on. Fuck. Well, that's going to slow us up a little bit, unfortunately. So we're waiting for the brakes to come off. We have a feathered signal ahead, not that you would fucking know it for the way that the light is reflecting. But this is telling us that we are taking the left line off of the main line. Going to throttle off here because we know that the speed limit up ahead is 25 miles an hour. And indeed it is. So we're going to coast in. Actually, we've made up some time. We're not due to stop for another 45 seconds, so we should probably be just about on time. Let's go to brake stage 1 just now. And we're going to come off this. So, welcome to Cardiff Queen Street. Oh, we missed the 15 mile an hour speed change, so let's go brake stage 2. Down to 1. And this should be good enough to see us coast in for a weirdly on-time arrival. We've managed to claw quite a bit of time back, which is unexpected. In fact, we're going to get to open these doors a whole 3 seconds early. Well, by the time the slow-ass doors take to open, it's not going to be that early. But yeah, welcome to a very rainy Cardiff Queen Street. Flick the DR8 on since we're doing this properly. We get a whole 15 seconds to chill out, guys. Whole 15 seconds. Good time for a little hydrate. Okay, time to lock the doors. Doors are closing, so DR8 is going to come off. We're going to hear the signal. And we are going to go to Cardiff Central, Platform 8. Oh yeah, we got good revs there. We got good revs there. Jesus Christ. Fine. So we're going to Cardiff Platform 8, which, yeah, I don't think this is actually going to be our terminus. I hope we don't have to change direction though, because that's going to be a bit of an embuggerance if we do. So green lights ahead, so this should be okay for us. Yep, and it is. So we're just holding at 14 miles an hour as we approach Cardiff Central. I think we have schedule. Yeah, okay, we got we got Dingle and Penarth after this. Beautiful. So 25 miles an hour, but it's a bit of a moot point because we are turning off to the right here. So we're just going to keep it throttle stage 1 for the moment. And here we go, 15 miles an hour now. We're on a bit of a downhill gradient. It is only slight, but it is downhill, so we'll just peel off of the accelerator. because 15 miles an hour doesn't leave a whole heap of a margin for error. I don't particularly need them, but do I not get a bonus for using the cap lights? Throwing lights on, we've done. Is there not cap lights somewhere? Oh, there's AWS. I didn't actually have to go to the other cab, I just missed this fuse box entirely. That was silly of me. Oh, we have picked up a lot of speed. That was a lot of downhill. That was a lot of downhill that I did not notice. There's a cab light switch. Should be one in here. Okay, we're now going uphill, so we're gonna go throttle stage 2 for the moment. I actually don't know where the cab light switch is. I found a heater apparently, but yeah. Jesus Christ. Quite a steep uphill slope. We're actually struggling with this hill quite a fair bit. So I'll flick us very briefly into throttle stage 6. And then we'll pretty much end up bleeding off speed here. And then we're going to go brake stage 1. 1 should be sufficient actually. And so now we are in Cardiff Central. I don't think we're at the normal part of Cardiff Central. Oh, we stay here for a couple of minutes. Oh yeah, we are. Okay. I was gonna say it looked like we were on like a periphery station that was off to like a different side, but no, we are not. You found that it wasn't the 3-1. It was a class 350. Well, I said 380, not 818. But the 350. I only remember it in the context of the trains that I've been on, which is like the Scottish 380. I don't know. I really remember what the class 350 is. Dang, rain's absolutely fucking hammering it down now. I can't remember what this off sign is. God, we got a whole 2 minutes. Where can I send you a YouTube link? My DMs? Mono. That's probably the best place. Oh. Wait, so there is big trains that come through here. Why can't we drive them then? Why can't we drive them? That sucks. Okay, it's now getting to the point where it's time for us to go, so let's lock the doors. Okay, so doors are locked. Let's full release the brakes. We didn't bother with the DRA because we forgot. So brakes are on full release, and we're going to go for throttle stage 4 just to get us moving, because we are limited to 15 miles an hour for the moment. So we're going to Grangetown and then Dingle. Quite fond of Dingle as a name. And then we will be terminating this station at wherever it is we're terminating the station. I forget. All right, let's hear this mono. Yeah, that one. That's the same noise as a class 380 makes. I didn't know that. I've never been on a class 350, so I can tell you. Is it 380 or 385? Well, I've been on both actually. They both make the same noise. Okay, this is painful being stuck at 15 miles an hour for the moment, as we desperately plod our way along, trying in vain to get to 25 mile an hour speed sign, which should hopefully be up ahead. Just dropped a shit ton of frames. God, this 15 miles an hour is so painful. Okay, finally we're up to 25 miles an hour. Up to 25 mile an hour now, and we have another 25 mile an hour here. The only downside is that we're dropping down to 20 miles an hour again very shortly, which is slightly frustrating. So we're just rounding off past the depot here, which is where we would have gone in the second scenario that we did today, had it not completely broken down because of the direction change. I can't see the signal, so the AWS will tells us it's green. Oh, that's a long train, Jesus Christ. Oh, it's only 4 carriages. 150 class is quite long. It always appears long. Okay, so throttle off, brake stage 1. Lost a little bit of traction there. We're down to 20 miles an hour. We'll leave us on throttle stage 1 for just now. We'll maintain 20 miles an hour, and I don't think we go up again until we arrive at our station platform. So this is pretty much going to be us until we pull into Grange Town. Bing! So painful. This is like the rail tour route that we did the other day, where things were just like we were limited to 20 miles an hour like the entire way, and it was just brutal. Absolutely brutal. So we do go up to 30 miles an hour once we are done with this station. So we're going to go oh, bless me, Jesus Christ. Oh. Yeah, go brake stage 1 here. That sneeze caught me off guard. Oh, come on. Be a 2-yarder. Oh no. Okay, slightly longer than 2 yards. We should have gone brake stage 2, actually. I was hoping it was going to be single-digit yardage, but we didn't. We weren't quite there. Bless you. Thank you, Mono. Thank you. Okay, doors are open. We're nice and on time now, which is quite good. Means we don't. Means we're not rushing the passengers aboard. We just get some time to kind of sit and potter, which is quite nice. And yeah, we get 4 seconds to sit and mind our own business. So let's now lock the doors. We'll take the DR8 off and wait for the guard's signal, which we know is never going to come. Full release on the brakes, and let's head for Dingle. I feel like every train simulator stream I'm gonna have to start and stop at Dingle. The game be like, you will now enjoy the journey. You must enjoy the journey now. Oh. There you go, there's another fucking frame drop. Why? Oh, it's my graphics card. My graphics card's just shedding its load. I don't mean that in like I don't mean like that in a particularly grim way. It's literally just like the GPU load sits about 65 to 80% when I play this game, and it just like throws it down to 10% for some reason, and then it picks it back up again. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I need to look into that at some point. Okay, we're up to 50 miles an hour, so let's give it some oomph on the old throttle. And let's set off into the middle distance to go get to Dingle, which is a whole 1.7 miles away, so we're actually going to get some distance running now, which is pretty good. Just got to be cautious of the fact that there is a 40 mile an hour speed restriction happening in a couple hundred yards. Oh my god, now we go back down to 25 mile an hour. I don't wanna. Alright, I'm just gonna kill the throttle here, because here's a 40-mile-an-hour speed restriction. You will enjoy the journey. I like to do stuff. And as much as I enjoy trains, it's why you don't see me on freight routes so often, because, you know, like freight routes and something like trains where you are constantly loading and unloading stuff is at least. Why can I hear another train? Is at least interesting because you are you're constantly loading and unloading and doing stuff, and that's fine, but in train sim world, with its like greater focus on realism, means that, like, you know, you are pretty much just taking freight from one place to the other, and you're kind of not really stopping to interact with the things in between, which is all fine and good and all, but, like, you know, there comes a point, particularly on a day like this, where I can't see shit. You know, it gets a little bit hard to enjoy the journey when all you're doing is enjoying the journey, whereas, you know, as somebody who is one of them that are streamers, at least when you're like braking for train stations and, you know, constantly having to interact with things in the environment, it kind of gives me something to be a little bit more talkative about. Would you want to assemble the freight train as well? Well, yes, and shunting is something that we have talked about doing, because I haven't done any shunting in a very long time. Both in general and on stream. But no, yeah, it definitely is something that I would consider bringing back during my train simulator videos. Derail Valley. Well, I've heard Derail Valley is good, actually, but you can do shunting in this. This isn't like this isn't an exclusively passenger simulation. I just do a lot of passenger stuff on it. Wow, Dingle is on a big hill. Jesus. Now, we passed over an AWS, but we didn't get neither a ping nor anything else, which was a little strange. I'm going to kill the throttle here and let the steep hill start bleed off our speed. I actually use the accelerator a little bit still, because I don't want to bleed off too much speed. We are once again actually running a little bit late, which isn't idealios. Speaking of idealios, let's go break stage 2 here. And this will be a short stop, but it should at least be manageable. Just making these poor suckers walk backwards. Come on, guys. Come on. I love the way they all just start walking in unison. That's funny. Of course, that is definitely something to consider, is that if you do miss your stopping marks, your passengers do have to take longer to get to you. Having said that, did I miss my stopping mark? So the game says the stopping mark for 3 cars is here, but I only have 2 cars. So where's my stopping mark? I don't have one. Okay, fine. Alright. Whoop. So now we are heading over to Penarth, where this service terminates, and then we come back to get to, well, the other way. And it looks like, just as we're about to finish this route, is the sun is starting to come shine through the clouds. In Mother Wales, we make our own stopping marks. Yeah. Well, generally, Generally, you would want to stop near where the station facilities are. So if I was designing the station, oh fuck. Fuck, I pressed W instead of the AWS. Alright, hang on. Train's just come to a crashing halt. Reverser needs to be off, and it is. Okay, so I think we have reset this, so let's reset all of this. Reverser now to forward. I said to forward. Oh, why not go forward? Forward. Okay, fine. So I fat fingered that one and pressed the wrong button. Full release on this and throttle stage 4. This is definitely going to delay us into Penarth. Bit annoying, but it is what it is. Not enough yards to the next stop to talk about station design. I mean, it wasn't so much the station design that got me. It was the AWS, which I didn't realize was there, and then I pressed W instead of Q. So, whoops. Also, you need to stop talking to the driver. I am easily distractible. That is a thing that is very true. Okay, train break stage 1. We're gonna go break stage 2 here. And maybe some full service for the shits and gigs. And this should be... Oh, 5 yards to a 6 yard stop. It's probably like one of the best that we have done today. I don't think we're gonna get a gold medal for this, guys. Too much speeding, too much everything. Are we waiting? Are we waiting for passengers? There we go. So let's lock the doors. And this, as you can see, is a terminus station. So this train will be proceeding no further. Instead, it will be changing direction and heading back the way that it came. Oh no, we do get it. Well, it's not a gold medal. It's a platinum medal, which they introduced for Train Sim World 5. So despite speeding 1, 2, 3 times, including one time very hilariously fast, we did okay, actually, which I wasn't necessarily expecting, but hey ho, it really wants me to get the Spoorleen Zwolle route, which is the Dutch route. Okay, fine. I think we've probably got 2 more journeys in us before we end today. I was thinking about doing a different route, but we are kind of running out of time a little bit. Let's see. Not training modules. Choose a route. Cardiff City Network. Let's go for a class 150. And let's see about doing some conducting on a train. Let's try and find one that's got some stations to it. This one doesn't. This one definitely doesn't. That one doesn't look like it does. Right after Cardiff to Mether Tidville. Okay, that one doesn't really have a lot of stations. This one is shorter. Perform part of this commuter service from Cardiff Bay to Rada. Yeah, okay, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do this one. It's a nice 17-minute scenario. So let's do this as the conductor. So we will be the guard that I was telling you was inconspicuously missing from the thing. Oh, okay. Fine. So first things first, where is the rear of this train? This is definitely the rear of the train. So we will use this as our guard compartment. So we will put our guard key in, and this will allow us to open the panel. So we're going to open the crew door, and then this is going to allow us to open the train doors actual. And there is nobody here. So let's do something. Oh no, I've already collected the collectibles from here. Look at this train. So this is Cardiff Bay. This is where This is Cardiff Bay. This is where we picked up the stranded commuter service last time out. I'm not entirely sure. So if we pop in here and sit down to 8. So can we see anything interesting? There looks to be something. I can't tell if that's like a stadium or a fucking like ferry terminal or what. But there's definitely something out there. Okay, alright. Back aboard our train. We have the sum total. Hey, how you doing? We got the sum total of 20 seconds before we close the doors. So, yeah. We're just waiting. So 10 seconds. All aboard who's coming aboard. Now Dovetail does this to prevent the people trying to board the train too late. But yeah, I mean this is the only train that comes into this station, so they probably wouldn't be here. So we're going to close the doors. I'm happy that everything is clear, so we are going to close the local door and we're going to signal the driver. Interlocks are engaged. Let's close this over. And I don't really think we have anything else to do, which is unusual. Sometimes it makes you like go ahead and check the like the gangway for people leaving bags and things and check tickets, but that doesn't seem to be the case on this route, or at least it isn't for the moment. Maybe because there's too short a time between them. Also, I think I was correct. I think the teeth show which direction the door closes. So I said it was unlikely, but I think that is actually the case. So yeah, we get the opportunity to just sit and chill for a little bit in the back of our train. I'll use this opportunity to go and get a beverage. Hello, we are back. So our next stop looks to be Cardiff Queen Street, which is here. So we are going to use our local knowledge to understand that we are approaching our train station. We're going to get our guard panel open. So, crew door open. I'm happy that everything is nice and safe, so let's open the doors. So got some people deboarding. And some people that are very much not interested in boarding. Holy hell. Everyone's getting off here at Cardiff Queen Street, Jesus. So we are to stay here for 1.5 minutes. So that's a thing. I think we do have all of the collectibles from this station. So yeah, so this is Cardiff Queen Street, so we'll just linger here. Dang, I wish I hadn't collected all the collectibles now. Get a little snack at the vending machine. Of course, in reality, you wouldn't do this. This is a protective compartment, so you would very much not leave the safety of this. Because if you get access to this as a person, you know, you can effectively control the doors. You can get access to the cab, and you know. Was another train coming around that corner? Oh, there's another train coming around the corner. What's that coming around the corner? Is it a train? It is a train. Okay, 10 seconds to go. So we'll take a look down the platform. We have a couple of people, but I'm not sure if any of them are interested in boarding the train. You boarding? Nope, she's not boarding. Okay, let's close the doors. Doors are closed. Close our door. Not get snipped. And then buzz the guard. And now we have stuff to do. So let's go ahead and check some passengers' tickets. Fine. Let's talk to you. So today's journey, 24/4, that's fine. Cardiff Queen Street, yep, happy with that. Let's check your ticket. To Yandaf? Oh, actually, it's a Juandaf? Yeah, okay. Perfect. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Oh, 22. Oh, no, yeah, that's it. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Let's get rid of this. You clear my carriage, sunshine. We'll check your ticket. 2022, Cardiff Queen Street to Rodier. Yeah, I think actually I said earlier that the double L in Welsh is a interesting sound. I can't remember if I said I wasn't sure or not, but yeah, I think it's like a it's something. I can't remember if it's like Yandaf or like Chandaf. Let's speak to you. Cardiff Queen Street to Rodier. Date's correct. Yeah, fine. Happy with that. Oh, we're in a tunnel. How is the rest of my gangway looking? My rest of my gangway is clear. Very happy with this. So let's head back through the train. These doors are fine to keep open. This one isn't. Probably just as well because we are here at the next station already. So let's get to our compartment. We're going to be boarding out of this side. So let's open up this guard panel. We're going to open the crew door. It's all nice and clear, so let's open the main doors. I quite enjoy doing the guarding stuff. It's one of those things of like, I can't really explain why, but I do. I do quite enjoy it. It's not where the real money is, though. Train drivers get paid a hell of a lot of money. I think like train driver wages in Scotland are like £40,000 a year. So, you know, that's $100 bill. God dang. Okay, nobody is coming towards the train, so I can be pretty straightforward in closing this. Doors are all nice and closed, so that's fine. Let's close my door and signal the driver. Right. Oh god, Jesus Christ, that scared me. I thought I'd mishit a button. Okay, let's do another little check of the train here. So there's nothing in the gangway that I can see. And we have one more passenger whose ticket I want to check. 24th of April. Cathays. Yep, happy with that. Definitely happy with that. Nope. And our next stop is schedule. Okay. Doesn't really tell us what it is. That's not what we wanted. Go sit in our seat. Glorious diesel power in action. There we go. There's another frame rate drop. Why? Why are you doing this? Ah. Computer pissing me off, honestly. Ooh, nice little bit of curved rail on the go here. That's a view. That is a nice view there. Oh! I was gonna say, I love the idea that I'm the conductor of the train who's just wearing like a fucking V-neck top. Does the driver actually dress appropriately? Okay, the driver looks like they're in some kind of blue shirt. Okay, we've come off of the engine. I'm not hearing the brakes yet though. But I wonder if this means that we are... getting close to the next station. So I think we've only got 2 more stations to go. Yeah, I'm gonna assume we are, because we are slowing right down. So let's close this over. Oh, left or right? What do we think the side's gonna be? I think it's gonna be a left this time. You know, this is probably the longest part of the journey. I can't believe we only had 1 ticket to check for it. Alright, let's open up the guard panel. Okay, happy it's safe. Let's open the doors. I kind of want to look up. So I think if memory serves me correctly, I think I got this wrong at the start of the stream. I think the double L is like a KL, but like a KH, like in like Scottish loch, as opposed to, you know, lock. What would make it unsafe to open the doors? I don't know. I can't think of anything in my head. But yeah, so I think this is going to be like Llandaff. Let's see what Google says.
Llandaff.
Yeah, Llandaff. Close enough. I remember very little about Welsh. Fine. So nobody's going towards the train, so we can close these doors. Yeah, I don't have a really good answer there, Mono. You know, I don't know. Oh, okay, we got 9 tickets to check. Holy shit, and got bags that need to be cleared up. Bippity boppity, get your bag out my property. Okay, so we're going to Rudder, and this is not the not valid on train. rejected an invalid ticket, so we get points for that. That's fine, happy with that. Tickets please. Today's date, valid, that's fine. What are we doing for you? Date, fine, happy, yep. Today's date, happy. You, what's your ticket? Today's date. Yep, happy with that. No more baggage that needs to be moved. That's today's date, that's fine. Today's date is fine. So I've had one person trying to use an incorrect ticket, but otherwise everyone is pretty Gucci. So let's head back to our little vestibule at the end. Is that Gandalf in Welsh? No. Gandalf. Yeah, if memory serves me correctly, hang on a minute. Let's see if we can find a non-Google pronunciation. Let's see what YouTube says.
Shandaf.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it's not Jandaf. But then this is an American channel, so I'm about 46% sure this is not quite correct. Okay, we are arriving at our next station, which is, I think, going to be Radur, where this service terminates. Let's open up our panel and open these doors. Oh, fuck, actually, I opened them without opening up my door. Yeah, it's fine. It was always fine. Don't worry about it. That was an interesting looking station. Any collectibles? Collectibles. Oh, yep. Floor cakes. Munch. You also thought it was a heavy H. Followed by L, so HL. Hey, there's shit in my gangway. Oh fuck, I need to lock the doors. Where am I? Oh! Close doors. Everything's fine. So we didn't miss any invalid tickets. And we didn't accidentally reject any valid tickets. We didn't miss any passengers. We did good. We did pretty good. Fine. So let's return to the timetable menu. Got about half an hour left of stream, so let's see if there's anything that we can do there. So trying to see where we haven't been yet. Penarth to Corryton we've done. I feel that we haven't done this line that's off to the side, so let's see about that. Let's find one that's not in the early morning. I'll try and find one that goes off to this route on the left. So this is the route that we just did. Cardiff Bay to Cardiff. Heath High Level is not what we want to see. Still not what we want to see. Still not what we want to fucking see. Dude, do any services take this branch? I just want one service that uses this branch here. Is it later in the afternoon, maybe? What the fuck is the point of having a whole other train line here? It's probably because it's going to be class 150s. Okay, let's change over to the 150s. I swear to God, it's going to take me half an hour just to find the fucking route that I can drive. There we go. So Aberdore to Merthyr Tydfil. Let's do a morning run and let's Hail Mary the weather again. Is there a short shunting job? No, I don't think there is. There's no shunters available, and the only freight train work is the railhead treatment thing. So there is a yard, but I don't think there's any shunting scenarios here. Or is it a Wales day today? I didn't plan on it being, but yeah, I think given that we're going to be finishing up stream after this run, I think this is going to be a Wales heavy day. Let's just go for some light clouds, because we've done... you know, we've done some nasty weather for a little bit. This will put us... Thomas and friends. Jesus. Let's head back out in charge of a Class 150 train. Let's get this set up all good and proper. So AWS to normal. TPWS to normal. I'm pretty sure there's a DSD switch somewhere, but nevertheless, we are going to sit down. We're going to put our master key in, which I've already forgotten where it is. Reverser to forward. Silence wench. And we are going to open our doors to the right. Okay. Alright, let's check our fuse box real quick. So we have one fuse off, but that's fine. Rest of the fuses are fine. Test normal, isolate. Okay, I don't think we've got anything else actually. Okay. Alright. So our reverser is forward. We'll put our DR8 on and we will put our train brakes to level 1. Actually, that might not be enough to hold us. We'll put train brake level 2. Oh, and we need to start our headlights. Of course we do. Headlight control is here, so we'll put our markers on, taillights off, and our headlights to right. So there we go. This should give us taillights at the rear of the train, which it does. And we now just wait our 30 seconds until we're ready to go. Wait as still as we can. Is there anything worth looking at over here? A lot of construction going on. Oh look, river rapids. That's pretty cool. Although the river is flowing the wrong way. That's a bit weird. The river's flowing uphill. Alright, let's lock the doors. So doors are locked. We don't have an interlock sign, so we just have to assume and hope for the best. So DR8 off, brakes off, engine on. So our limit here is 25 miles an hour, although we are told that it's 20 miles an hour if we are going to the right, and we were given a feathered signal to the right. So indeed, this is going to be 20 miles an hour for us as we come down this way. And then we're going to Danes Court. So I think we've seen this part of the route before, but there is definitely going to be bits that we haven't really seen from the driver's perspective very much. So I'm going to come off the throttle for now on the downhill. We do have a 25 mile an hour speed increase. That is, the speed increases to 25 miles an hour, not that we suddenly can go 45 miles an hour. We have a speed limit sign here, so 30 miles an hour for locomotive haul trains and 55 miles an hour for DMUs, which is what we are. It tells us right there on the sign. Turn on driver safety systems. I thought we had them all on. I thought we had all the safety systems on. What one did we miss? So TPWS. So that's to normal. Are we missing the DSD? Fuse is on. Cab lights. Oh, DSD. Okay, there we go. Fine. So we're accelerating up to 55 miles an hour, having missed 90% of any potential like speed signs or anything on the way. There is our gear change, shifting into second gear. And we are going to come off of the throttle here. Just because we are about to pull up into this station. Okay, we're going to go train stage 1 to bleed off some of this speed. Keep going with brake stage 1. We're actually going to pump us up to brake stage 2 here. And now we're going to go full service. Try and land a bit more of a structured stop, hopefully. Back to brake stage 1. Fine. It's a short stop, but we'll just coast into stop like this. DRA is going to go on, and we're going to tell the guard to unlock the left-hand doors. Welcome to Danes Court. Good thing with this being a small station is you can afford to, This train's annoying me. God, this is a busy train. Fucking hell. Look at all these people. Look at all of these people. Look at all them chickens. Look how many people are getting off this fucking train. Jesus Christ. This is a big ass gang of people. Fucking hell, okay. Alright, we have actually a minute to kill here in Danes Court. This poor person stuck gyrating against the staircase. Ooh, collectible. We can do that another time though. Yeet. At least I managed to correctly surmise about what these teeth markings were. Oh, he's tired. He needs to sit. Oh, somebody's been to Costa. Oh, a leak. Another collectible. Alright, let's get back aboard and get ready to set off. We've got another minute before we get ready to set off, so let's yeet our head out of the window, and everything looks fine. So let's do our own guarding and lock the door. Doors are locked, so we can take the DR8 off. We're going to put the train brake into full release and throttle stage 4. And our next stop is going to be Fairwater, which is an 800 yards. Honestly, most of these stations are just like mildly walking distance apart. Alright, let's try and use the downhill to our advantage as much as we can. We are going to just ride the accelerator until it's time for the brakes. I'm going to get my view here. Sometimes I like doing, like, having the free look is quite good, but for stopping you need to bounce between controls. It's quite good being able to see your reference marks. There is keyboard controls for the levers, so you can see I'm not holding on to anything here. But the problem is that when I use the keyboard controls, it doesn't necessarily give you guys as the viewer the best feedback for what I'm doing at the moment. Like, it just feels like something gets like a little bit lost in the moment, so to speak. Oh, please be a 2-yarder. Please be a 2-yarder. Oh, beautiful. Fucking beautiful. Alright, DRA on. Yeah, I feel that something gets lost a little bit in the moment when you can't quite see what I'm doing. So I try to avoid using the keyboard controls as much as I can when I am doing these streams. I will use them from time to time, particularly if it's a really complicated train to drive. But yeah, for something like this, it's not too bad. And then when you are using the mouse held controls, like if I want to use the brake, you can see that to look at the brake, I'm having to look down quite far. Whereas if I do this and disable free look, I can control the brake, but I can still see the platform. It only takes 2 yards to make Hibble happy. Apparently so. Alright, let's lock these doors. And continue our journey. So DR8 off, brakes to full release. Throttle stage 4, and we're going to Wangron Park. Okay. Alright. Looks like we're... oh no, I was going to say it looks like we're not stopping for a little while, but there's a little blue pip that tells us where we're stopping. Let's go throttle stage 7. See if we can't get there. Who is messaging me at this time? Meh. Yeah, okay. Fine. We're basically approaching the station now, so let's do exactly what I was saying with disabling free look. Let's kill the throttle. And then we're going to go brake stage 2. And bleed off some of the speed. Brake stage 1 for now. Keep bleeding speed. Back to 2. And we're going to full service here. It's gonna be single digit. It's not gonna be a 2-yarder this. Oh, is it? Oh no, it's a 3-yarder. Oh, we're getting good though. We're getting good. What a surprise. I finally start paying attention to what I'm doing and we start getting good. This is quite a nice, it's quite a nice looking little train. I'm really... I guess I'm biased because these are the kind of trains that I grew up with, but like things from the Sprinter series are just like, ugh, I love them. So for me, my kind of like childhood, oh, we've got to put the DRA on. Oh, actually, we've got like a full minute. So your class 150, I didn't actually see any 153s where I stayed. It was all 150s and 156s. But yeah, the 153 is effectively a 150/156, but, you know, single cab end. 158 and the 170 are all just, like, trains that hold special places in my heart. Alright, we can actually... oh, God. Look at these poor people gyrating against the wall over there. Wait, hang on, is there 2 people there? Hang on, we need to investigate this. Is this some jiggery poker in my station platform? There is 2 people there. That's not allowed. I'd get the BTP on that. Some lewdness. Let's lock the doors. Gyrating on my station platforms. Okay, release on the brakes. And let's get away from what is apparently a different kind of release that's going on in the corner over there. Full throttle. This train is light enough. Oh, actually, we had a bit of a kick there. That wasn't necessarily the best acceleration from us. And we're going to Ninian Park, which is 1 mile away. Sorry, I know it was just the game being silly, but it just looked hella sus, right? It looks hella sus. Is there some kind of high school over there? Yeah, it looks like it. Alright, let's keep heading over. So we've got 90 seconds to get 1 mile towards Ninian Park, which is actually perfectly doable, since we're limited to 55 miles an hour as opposed to like fucking 20. Okay, that was vigilance, that wasn't the DSD. Huh. So the vigilance is just making sure that we're awake, but we're definitely not because we're speeding and I didn't even realize. Okay, we're approaching the station, so let's get ready for this stop. We're just going to keep on the brakes for now. Try and bleed off this speed some. Might actually go brake stage 2 here. Little early, but I want to make sure we get a good stop. Back to brake stage 1. Actually, it's quite a short stop, so we're going to go brake stage 3 here. Brake stage 1. Hold it at brake stage 1. AWS is going to trigger because there's a yellow light ahead. Brake stage 1 again. And 2. Oh, another 2-yarder. Fucking hell, we're doing good. We're doing good. It's taken us the entire fucking stream for my skills to wake the fuck up, but I've remembered how to stop a train. Finally remembered how to stop a train. I don't even know where we are. We are in Ninian Park, which apparently seems to have some kind of depot to it. Oh, yes. Oh, that is very much a depot. Okay, we're running late there, so we don't get too much time for sightseeing. Let's lock these doors. So, DR8 off. We're going to have the confirmation that the doors are closed. So, train brake to full release, and we are going to go throttle stage 4. We have a green light, but we have the white left-hand feather. So this tells us that we are not staying on the main line. We will be coming left off of this line at some point. So we need to pay attention to what we can see. So we have 30 miles an hour up ahead, but then there's another speed board right after it, which we need to pay attention to. So let's kill the throttle at the moment. So there we go, 20 miles an hour, and that's a direction board. So 15 miles an hour if we are going to the left, but I don't think we're taking this left. I think we're taking this one. So 20 miles an hour if going to the left, so 20 miles an hour is going to be our new speed limit. So we're going to come around this corner. Put us to throttle stage 1 for now. Oh, it's like quite a complicated little railway sign there. It's actually not, but fine. So we're still 20 miles an hour here. And we have a feather to the right now. So we are not going to stay on this line. We are going to be feathered off to the right. So local knowledge tells me this is going to be a speed drop down to 15 miles an hour as we approach Cardiff Central. Oh. Bouncy bouncy going over the points. This might be permanent, I forget. Yep, close enough. So we've got a yellow light here. No further speed restrictions as yet, although there is another one coming up ahead, so we're just going to very gently ease onto the brakes and then off, and then again on and off. The reason I'm doing it in such short intervals is because it does take time for the brakes to apply and then like release. We're down to 15 miles an hour for all lines. So we're now going to follow this into platform 6. It's only told us that we're going onto the up line. It hasn't really said anything about the platform yet. However, it does look like we have a red light ahead, so we need to just bear this in mind. Is this point taking us round or straight ahead? I can't quite see. Okay, it's taking us straight ahead. Yeah, so I think we need to stop here. Well, actually, full release and throttle stage 1 for now. We're going to coast very slowly. And we got yellow light, so we're going to go back up to throttle stage 2. So there must have been a train in this platform. But will bring us up to 15 miles an hour, which is the speed limit. There we go, good enough for government work. Oh, I think it was this train pulling in that we were waiting on. So we're going to go right up to the red signal at Cardiff Central, and this is where we're going to board our passengers. Yes, I see the red light, Jesus. Oh, red light that is now no longer a red light. Happy days. Okay, break stage 2. Actually, full release, break stage 1. This should be another single digiter. It's gonna be a 4-yard, I think. Yeah, 4-yard. Okay, let's unlock the right-hand doors, since we're over on the other side this time. It's quite a, like, it's not a big train, it's not a massively impressive train, but it's quite a, I don't know, maybe it is just a bias, but I think it, I don't know, it is quite a, it's a good looking train, I think. Whereas, like, these, the 166s, I'm never, Nah, it's exposure bias. It's definitely exposure bias. I also like it because it just mechanically makes sense. Okay, we have to, oh god, we have to wait 2 minutes for passengers here. Yeah, it just mechanically makes sense. The modular design of it is quite good. It's honestly not something we really see so much nowadays. Is this kind of concept of modular trains. You do see it a little bit with, like, you know, some of the electric multiple units with, like, the class 350s, 380s, 385s, where you can pair them up together. But, like, those are, like, pairing whole trains up to each other. So, like, it's a 3-car train, or you could make it a 6-car train. Whereas this series is just so flexible, you know. You can have 1 car, 2 car, 3 cars, 4 cars, and how you achieve those mixes is really quite flexible. Like, if you have a 3-car train that normally consists of 2 150s and a 153, but you've ran out of 150s, you've had to pull it onto a different route, that's fine, just get 3 153s together. You know, you've got that flexibility to really customize it for other routes that you just don't really see it nowadays, which I think is quite interesting, because particularly in more rural environments where, you know, like, if you've got a countryside train station that gets, like, maybe 4 commuters a day, you don't want to commit a 3-car, like, class 170 train to that route. Whereas a class 153 would fill that gap pretty nicely. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's other reasons for it. There's maybe a reason why I'm not running a train company right about now. For just now, though, we have a green light, so let's full release on the brakes. We didn't do the DRA this time. We'll do throttle stage 4. Gonna do this a bit more sensibly this time, because I've been punching the throttle a bit early. So we're going to bring us to 10 miles an hour, and we're going to start feeding the throttle in, focusing on passenger comfort and forgetting that it's a 15 mile an hour zone. Completely forgetting that it's a 15 miles an hour zone. That's a hard whoopsie on my part. Okay, this is quite a steep uphill here. No, it is a good looking train, the 150. Okay, I'm not too bothered about the downhill because we're about to go to a fairly steep uphill, so we're actually going to go to throttle stage 1, 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. Are we still bleeding speed? Okay, we're gaining speed now. That's acceptable. We're just going around the corner to Cardiff Queen Street. Okay, gonna bring us back to throttle stage 1. God, 50 miles an hour is so slow. Throttle stage 2. Your first train type you remember encountering in the UK was the one where each row of seats has its own door, and you would open and close them yourself. Yeah, there's a few things that could be, like, if it was a locomotive called train, that could be Mark 1 coaching stock. or if it was like a multiple unit, it could have been something like a 4 sig or a class 101. There's a few trains that are like that. There's a few trains what it could be, but yeah, those are blasts from the past. Okay, we're up to 25 mile an hour, so we can hammer the throttle for a little bit, for 100 yards. Let's just absolutely wheel spin it for 100 yards. And then we'll just kill the throttle here. And we're going to get ready to stop at Cardiff Queen Street. Next station after that is barely a mile after it. It's a wild route, this. A very wild route. Okay. Good pings on the AWS, so let's bring our brakes in. Brake stage 1. Hold at brake stage 1. Let's do a little stint at brake stage 2. Back to 1. Hold it at 1. Release. Hold it at 1 again. 4 yarder. Oh, 5 yard, okay. Fine. Let's put the DRA on. Let's try to at least be good about it. So we're at Cardiff Queen Street here. I think we've only got a couple more stops to go. I think we might be going off to the left, and I think this might be the last station down this route. I'm not entirely sure. How many stations have we got left to go? Oh no, okay, we got... okay, we're going back to the schedule start. Yeah, fine. So we're going to Radar again. So we get to pass the very phlegmy to pronounce Gandaf. I heard a train somewhere. Oh yeah, there you go. That's what it looks like as a single class 153. So this is actually the first time we've seen this all episode, but yeah. So a class 153 with no other trains attached to it is a fully formed train. So you can drive it from either end. It's got toilet facilities. It's got, you know, like disabled seating facilities. Whereas with this class 150, if you uncoupled them, you can only drive it in one direction because there's not a driving end at the other way. You can, in theory, drive it 2 directions, but you would, in practice, you would need to get like an engine or something on the back where like somebody could see you going backwards. But yeah, it's called a multiple unit for a reason. Let's go ahead and feed the throttle. Engine spinning up, but we're not moving. Throttle stage 2. Bring us to 3. Okay. Let's just feed up the throttle best we can. Hold this until about 20 odd mile an hour, and we're going to kill the throttle now. So this uphill will help us bleed speed a little bit. We are going to the left as we thought that we were going to be. And this line does pick up to 70 miles an hour, although we won't know it because we're going to Cathay's platform 2 very imminently. So that's 30 miles an hour if we're on the right, which sadly we don't have the luxury of because we are limited to the left. So right now we are 50 miles an hour for locomotive hauled engines and 70 miles an hour for multiple units, which is what we are. So we get to hit the 70 miles an hour now. I'm actually going to kick the throttle. We'll hold the throttle until about 350 yards from the platform, and then we'll kill the throttle. So this is just about 350. We got up to 32 miles an hour here. So we're very gently going to just brake stage 1 us. This is the tunnel that we came through. Put my viewpoint just a little bit too low, I feel. Brake stage 1's been good to us. We're actually just going to ease off the brakes. And then we're going to hit brake stage 2 here. It should be a 6-yarder. Oh no, oh no. Ah, 2 yards on the nose. It doesn't get any closer than 2 yards because it picks a it picks a place on the ground, and you know, you are about 2 yards in height from it. So 2 yards is a perfect stop. So yeah, if you wonder why 2 yards gets me excited, that's why. It means a perfect stop. Dang, he looks pissed off somebody shat in his cornflakes this morning. Okay, we're due to leave now, but we were just waiting for the last few passengers to get on. Okay, doors are locked. We're now going to Cardiff. Okay, good enough. I think that was slightly smoother than the way that we were doing it before, while not dropping too much time. So we have 2 miles riding at the big ass speed of 70 miles an hour to get to Cardiff. So I will absolutely take that. Oh yeah, we can breathe. I was gonna say the Welsh countryside smells, but we're not really in the countryside, are we? We're in the middle of town. I'm used to most of the British routes being like, you spend 5 minutes inside town, and then the rest of the time you're in the countryside. But not this one. We're spending most of the time in the countryside. In the town. In the town. Oh, there's a gear change. I was gonna say, please the brakes don't come on. I don't know why it wasn't. I don't know why it took so long to acknowledge. Anyway, we're actually gonna get to stretch our legs a little bit in this little bit, which is a bit unusual since we've been confined to either 25 miles an hour speed zones or just constantly stop starting the train. But we get a whole 2 mile run at 70 miles an hour. Hot diggity dang. There's another train passing us at speed. Up to 61 miles an hour. Jesus Christ, I don't think we've seen a speed this fast during this stream so far. Passing over the motorway there. I like the fuzz that was passing by. Fucking vigilance pedal. I usually have the vigilance turned down. Like turned off because it just annoys the fuck out of me. Anyway, we're gonna kill the accelerator. 1, because we've reached 70 miles an hour anyway, and 2, we are approaching our station. So let's just very gently do train brake stage 1. We're not trying to brake for our destination quite yet. We are just trying to bleed off some speed ahead of getting closer to the station, but we are getting closer. Actually, I'm getting quite a lot closer. I'm going to full service us for now. Is the short pause hard disk drive related? Well, I fucking hope not, mono, because it's on an SSD. So I really hope not. Okay, let's ease off these brakes a little bit more, and then back on brake stage 2 now. Actually, yeah. Probably should have left it on brake stage 1. Anyway, it is what it is. We're here at Cardiff, our first double-digit stop in a while. The DRA on will be a good little train driver person. This game is pretty. This game is pretty. I really do like the engine that they use for the game. It is yeah, it's pretty. It is pretty. Definitely 10 out of 10. Do like that. Okay, time for us to lock the doors. We're about 30 seconds behind schedule. We take the DRA off. Interlocks are engaged, so we're going to release the train brake. and bring the engine up to throttle stage 3. And then... Actually, probably shouldn't kick the throttle as we've been doing. Bad practice. Very bad practice. Yeah, no, Mono, I don't know what the origin is of this issue. Looking at my system, it's not that it's using too much GPU, it's not that it's using too much CPU. My RAM's fine, my CRAM is fine. My disk speeds are very, very low compared to what their maximums are. So I don't know what the cause of it is. I've got a banner repeater signal showing the signal is green. Indeed it is. I'll need to look into it, because it's like, it's infrequent, but it's common enough that it's annoying the fuck out of me. So this is going to be the last stop before a different driver continues the train into Merthyr Tydfil. So we've done the gear change. Actually, let's just let's keep throttle on for a bit. We want to get to about 50 miles an hour. Oh, we're going to get an AWS squawk here. Here it is. There it is. So 50 miles an hour for us. Let's just very gently on our brakes. And let's coast it into rudder platform 3. See how we go. Let's go brake stage 2 here. This is probably going to be a red light, so we're probably going to squawk. And indeed we are. We're going to go for a brief stint of full service braking and then back down to brake stage 1. And then brake stage 2 to see us to the stop. I'll take a 7-yarder. I'll take a 7-yarder. Not great, not terrible. DRA on. Oh, getting a bit misty somehow. But it's producing a really good light. Which I quite like. Alright, let's just wait for the final few passengers to board/deboard. We are going to lock the doors, and then we'll get a rating to see our final journey. Dynamic weather is dynamic. It is. There we go. We get a platinum medal, despite the fact that we had 1, 2, 3, 4 speeding breaches, including 2 hilariously high speeding breaches. But yeah, there we go. And then we'll just return off to the main menu. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That brings us to the conclusion of our grand tour of Wales for today. We're going to be streaming tomorrow, going back to some commandos. I'm getting curious about what this is. The route. I want to see what trains you've got. The Dutch have got some really interesting trains, like the the Koplopper is really quite fascinating. Because yeah, your cockpit's all the way up here. I'm not sure what this doorway hides. Part of me thought it would have been like a gangway to move between the carriages, but I actually don't know, because if this was a gangway, it would have to be half height, because this is where the driver sits. So, you know, I'm not actually sure what this door hides. I'm very tempted to get this route just to get the answer to that fucking question. It's like, what's behind the door on a Koplopper? And yeah, we're going to be back tomorrow to stream some commandos. We're going to be continuing our campaign there. You think it is a gangway? Yeah, maybe. I mean, you might be right. But the math doesn't seem to math with... Like, because if it was a gangway, the driver would need to be lying down. And there's no way the driver's lying down inside the cab. So that, you know, the physics of space would suggest it's probably not a gangway, but then it looks like about the height a gangway should be, so I don't fucking know. I do not know. Okay, let's find you somebody to hand over to. Let's see who is around. You know what? If my Twitch could just stop being an absolute problem, that would be pretty good right now. I don't have anyone playing Train Sim World, but I do have a good friend of mine who is over doing some wild RP stuff, so we will go ahead and show Scarlet Rose Plays some love and support. As I said, we are going to be streaming tomorrow, continuing our campaign with Commando's Origins. So I will see you then about 9:30 tomorrow night. Let me just make sure that's actually going. It is indeed going. So yeah, we're going to go show my friend Scarlet some love and support. But for just now, I'm going to say thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye. Be that as it may, I'd rather not random temperature. Fuck!
And that guy's a cretin with a capital C, is all I'm saying. Go on!
First, don't face!
Oh yes! Fucking get it up, yeah! What the fuck? Okay, Ricardo's temperatures are up the tire.
And try to cool down the tires while you can. It's slightly coming up.
Let's try that sentence again. Ricardo's tires are up to temperature.
Jeffrey is single-handedly bankrupting his state for this.
It's not embezzlement if it's for the FTMD, you know?
If you want me to do a train safety announcement, here's my pitch, right? There is two kinds of being sucked off on a train station platform that can happen. If you want the happy one, stay behind the yellow line. Oh no, we miss? Oh, that's dramatic. Oh Jesus Christ, that kid went on an adventure. Fucking hell. We're not flying. There is very clearly an aircraft on the runway. You see the flashing lights and the red and the white coming towards us? It's getting closer. I'm not even sure why it's here. Oh, brother. Ah, okay, that's no bueno. This is no bueno. This is very no bueno. Okay. Alright, well that was a bit sketchy. Well the runway is clear. I have a question. How much rope do you get through? Leave me alone, Esprit.